sometimes I feel like I'm not a human being. I
Yeah.
feel like I don't deserve love. I don't deserve respect. People text me, bro, you inspire me so much. And I just feel like it's not me because
Yeah. There was a time in my life I think I didn't know how to be alone, and so that caused me
we're
to make a lot
just.
of mistakes. Yeah.
And in total, I applied to more, I can say I applied to more than 300 schools in the US.
Even if you come and then there are challenges, you still don't really pay attention to those challenges because it's like more of gratitude than to complain about stuff.
Complain, yes. So I think they use me for their diversity thing. It's like, and they'll tell me that, oh, okay, so you would actually be paying about 5,000 in fees. Oh, wait, you're an international student. I'm sorry. So you should be paying around 20,000 a semester. And I'm like, no. And I kept on searching, narrowing the search, and then I found my current school. I used to cry almost every day. I was crying. I remember I visited my friend in California, and it was like the best therapy. I spoke to a lawyer yesterday, and I was explaining how in future I don't want to be in trouble. Because sometimes I get scared that if those people get arrested, they'll definitely say that I was part. The lady at the port of entry said, I can see your name, your address should be this. And I'm like, what?
Let's get into diplomacy.
And she wants me to represent her organization or foundation in Spain.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, it's not true. Maybe I'm doing it. Like, I'm an international student. What if I go and they don't ask me? Hey! I was sitting in the room and I was crying. And I'm like, Prime Minister of Ukraine. Left side was Finance Minister for Nigeria. Right here was this minister for this. Vice President of Tibet. President of this, President of that. Like, sometimes I even wish I live in Ghana in a way, because the guy said if the school doesn't cancel my I-20, he will report me to the immigration. So the woman said she's cancelling my I-20. So the school also reported to the immigration, and the immigration called me there.
All right, before we start, consider subscribing to the channel. This helps me so much. Thank you. I'm very excited about this interview because I think you are very brilliant and you're also very wise. Sometimes I see your posts and I'm like, oh, wow, this guy must have gone through a lot in life, and these things have
so much.
kind of shaped him.
I've been through so many stupid things in life.
Yeah.
And I'm still going through it.
Yeah, which is fine. It's everybody has to go through something in life, so that's okay.
It's
so
like
long
what
as
you
you
go
have
through in life is what builds that personality. So
so long as you have the resilience to go through. I mean, at the end of the day, you have good stories to talk about.
Stories to share. Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who think you look like Kofi Adoma. And I actually agree with them. I agree with them. Yeah, I agree with them.
But I'll intentionally gain weight so that I don't look like you.
No, but why don't you like that?
It's weird for me because like I shouldn't look like anyone. No one has to look like me because it's like
no, but it is true. It is true. You look like him. We are not saying you are him, but you look like him.
I know, but I've had an experience. I went for this MPP event about a month ago, and people thought it was me, so they didn't want to talk to me. They thought I was Kofi Adoma. Yeah, so this lady, Fia Schwarzenegger, she thought I was Kofi Adoma, and she didn't want to talk to me. I don't know. So later she was like, I asked one Kofi Adoma then because I had glasses on. Right now he's having glasses on. So they thought it was me, and I'm like, do I really look like him?
But you are young, so why would they even think you are him?
And I have grown my face. I have not cut my hair, so it's like I understood him. Later I realized that it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
First of all, I want to understand your context. I want to understand a little bit about your background and the life experiences that have shaped you to be who you are.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I thank God for this life that He has given me. I always tell people that God has really blessed me, not because of the things that I have, but because of the things that I've gone through. People don't really understand how blessed you are to go through things in life.
Yeah.
3 days ago, I nearly lost a very close friend of mine to, suicide, like a very close friend of mine. And his reason was something that I was like this is not even a big deal. So he was like, his boss talks to him anyhow at work, so he's just stressed and everything. Yes, in the US here. And I'm like, this is not even anything. I'm used to certain things like this. Being disrespected at work is like the least of the things that would ever happen to me. So it's made me realize that, wow. So me being able to see these things normal shows that, I've actually overcome bigger things. And I've actually overcome in things that nobody thought were possible. I've actually overcame them. So I thank God for the opportunity, the blessing, the struggle that I came through. Growing up, very poor background. Both parents were into ministry, so you should tell how difficult your life was. If your dad was a pastor, your mom was also a soft mom. The kind of teasing people tease you at school when you don't pay your school fees. The teachers are making fun of your father that you should bring the offertory, so that like so many things. So you get used to certain things about life. You don't see life the normal way because you had a different path. So I would say I thank God for the opportunity that He gave me to go through all these things in life, and that is what I would say has shaped me. Yeah.
Were you bullied in
Yeah.
school?
Throughout my life, I've been bullied. I was abused by my dad. I was abused by my mom. I was abused by my high school seniors, teachers. It's like everywhere I
Wow.
go, I was abused, and I've written a book on it as well. Yeah.
Your dad was, or is a pastor. So why was
He's a
he?
pastor. He abused me a lot, and he doesn't want to accept that it was abuse because in Africa, when they slap you, they think it's discipline, but it was
Yeah.
abuse. He did so many terrible things to me, and I'm able to talk to him about it, talk about it in my book. And I told him that I'm writing a book about you because I believe what the things you did to me were abuse. They weren't discipline.
Yeah.
So he knows it. He knows that he abused me, and I've told him. He knows it.
Yeah. Is it the book
Yes.
Obey Parents Obey Your
Yes.
Children?
Yeah.
That book. I've not read it, but
People.
it
Oh
looks
yeah,
like a.
it's that book because in
Mm,
Africa, the way we're raised is bad. We are raised that parents or adults are the wisest, are
yeah.
the oldest. But then it's not so because in Ghana, the people leading the country, the government, it's full of people in their 60s,
Yeah.
70s. But look at how the country is. So if older people are wise, how come Ghana is not the best
Yeah.
country in the world? We are one of the worst countries probably in the world. So I don't mind saying this. There's not anything bad. So I don't really believe adults are wise. And
Yeah.
my dad did so many terrible things to me. And I don't know if he thinks it was the right thing to do back then. But I keep on telling him that there are so many things that I haven't gotten over because of how I grew up, because of the bully I went through. I remember one day in a span of 2 days, I was so depressed in Ghana. I was like in primary. My dad had beaten me because of something unnecessary. My mom was also, when your dad is beating you, your mom feels this kind of empathy for you. So out of the fear, she's also saying things. You don't listen. You're always listening. And it was hurting me. I go to school and I'm so depressed that I don't want to even pay attention in class. My head is on the table. The teacher grabs a cane. Who is that foolish boy sleeping? She comes to
Wow.
hit me at the back. I get angry at her, leave the class. She tells me not to come back to the class. I go to the headmaster. It's like a whole chaotic. It's like I was like,
Wow.
what is the point? So this was the kind of background that I had. Like a little boy about 12 years old going through this kind of abuse. It's bad.
Yeah.
It was very bad. So my childhood was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see some of the things you talk
Mhm.
about, and I can actually relate to a lot of them because
Yeah.
some of these abuses I haven't really talked about my life because people see me
Mhm.
growing up. Those who didn't know me, they thought I
Mhm.
was from a rich home and
The
everything.
rich home, yes.
Me,
People think that for me too.
but yeah, but the things that I went through, like
Mhm.
it was so bad. Like a lot of
So
these
bad.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not. Yeah,
People don't believe what I went through.
yeah. This is not about me, so I wouldn't talk about myself. But
Yeah, people don't believe that
yeah.
my dad used to slap me for like. I remember one of the reason why I'm able to talk about it is because
Hmm.
I talked to my dad about this whole thing. I tell
Yeah.
him that you remember you slapped me this, and then it's like we just brush it over because now I'm grown and all that. I remember one time, I think I was 12 or 13, but it was in primary, and we had vacated, and it was left for a day for us to resume. So we in the area were just sitting down, hanging around, like just
Yeah.
talking because we are done with vacation. We will not see each other for a long time.
Mm,
And my dad came out of nowhere, grabbed me by my shirt, gave me the biggest slap of my life.
wow.
My ear goes deaf, like I don't hear anything. And if my friends were like, they were all scared. So I was so shocked, like, why would my dad do something like this to me? From
Yeah.
that day, I just lost interest in like public appearance. Like I just didn't want to make friends
Mm,
because my dad made it feel like me going out or going to hang out with friends means I was a demon. There was a demon in me. So many things. The typical African Christian home.
yeah.
So it's one of my worst experiences in front of my friends. Like very difficult.
Yeah, and these things they
Mm,
shape who you
yes.
become. Like if you don't
Mm,
really look back, like personally,
back
I've
yeah.
had to look back and then look at
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that happened to me and
Yeah.
try to work on myself. Like it's
Mm.
not been easy at all.
I've been through so much therapy, but it doesn't seem to work for me. So I keep on
Mm,
changing therapists. What I really struggled with so much, which most people who have been through abuse is self-esteem. You think you are not enough
yeah,
or you are not a human being. I tell you
yeah,
that sometimes I feel like I'm not a human being. I
yeah,
feel like I don't deserve love. I don't deserve respect. People text me, bro, you inspire me so much. And I just feel like it's not me because
yeah,
growing up, I wasn't made to think I've done something.
yeah.
Nothing. You would never do anything for your parents to think you've done well. So I played drums in the church for about 13 years. I started playing when I was 8.
Wow.
Not for once did my parents ever said you've done well. It was always, you don't know how to play. You've played drums since childhood. It's like
Yeah,
we are always being criticized. So you never feel like you've done much or you've done enough. So to date, when people text me, congrats, I don't feel anything. It feels like maybe they are lying. Like they just feel that way. So they think, oh, you are doing all that. But it's just how I grew up, the effect of the abuse I went through.
Yeah, I think you should give yourself a lot of credit. You've done
But
really
I don't
well. And
see it, I don't really feel it
it,
because they never
yeah,
made me feel that way.
you have to start feeling it because
Hmm.
when you look at yourself and you look at other people, you've worked so
Hmm.
hard. Not a lot of people
Yes,
can do what you've done, right? So
yes, yes.
yeah, I can understand you. Like
Hmm.
honestly, I've
Hmm.
so with the things that I went through personally, it kind of
Hmm.
made me decide whether
Hmm.
to become bitter or whether to
Or
show
better.
love to people. And
Yes.
so that the things that I went through made me show too much love to people. So
People,
people would
yes. Me too.
misbehave towards me.
Take
They
advantage of you.
apologize and I forgive them.
Yes,
Even
I
when I
also
can
went through
clearly
that.
tell that there is
Hmm.
something wrong,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't have to do it. But then
yeah. You become like a people pleaser.
yes.
I was that person until like I probably stopped being a people pleaser like almost a year ago because
Yeah.
people were showing me too much. I
Yeah.
was like, I would set myself on fire to keep people warm.
Yeah.
Basically, that was me because
Same here. Yeah.
growing up, when you grow up in a house where you are not allowed to say no, you become a
Yeah.
people pleaser. When your dad asks you to do something, you can't talk back to
Yeah.
your dad. Shut up, your
Yeah.
father is talking. You become like a timid person. So
Yeah.
today, when I see someone, I could tell this person was abused. I could straight
Yeah.
up tell this
Yeah.
person was abused growing up because they
Yeah.
are scared of people. They
Yeah.
just don't want to be in trouble. Like, yeah, that was it. So
Yeah.
I became a huge people pleaser, and people were always showing me like, Charlie,
Yeah.
this is the real us. So we'll get there when we go to, we'll talk about friendships, betrayal
Yeah.
along the line, and the things I've learned as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And also
Mm-hmm.
something that really surprised me sometimes on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Like so anytime I heard you, right, I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this makes a lot of sense and all of that.
Yeah.
But then one time I saw your video, you were responding to a comment, somebody was attacking you. I was like, oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
people see things like
Hey,
this.
yeah.
And so after that, once in a while, I'll come across some. I'm like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys like it surprised me. Why do you
Yeah.
think people attack you? Because the
Oh,
things you say they're actually the truth.
yes.
You are just being
Mm.
yourself, but then some people they don't like it. Why?
When I tell people the reason why I get attacked, people think I'm being too low, but then it's
Mm,
like I know myself. That is the biggest thing that happened. Me knowing myself and knowing who I'm going
mm,
to become. It just made me realize I intimidate a lot of people. People
yeah,
don't like me not because I'm a bad person, but I intimidate them. Real intimidation. They get so intimidated that
mm,
they feel like we like who is this guy? Because I sometimes get intimidated. I used to get intimidated,
yeah,
and that was the exact reaction that I'll have. The
mm,
reactions they have, that is the exact thing. And I should believe that maybe God has an assignment for me. And if you are chosen by God, people don't like you for some
yeah,
strange reason. I don't talk, you will never see me, you barely see me at events where maybe I don't go out, nothing. It's always maybe conferences, and I don't really have friends, nothing. But then people just don't like me because they feel he thinks it's this, he thinks it's all that. And it's more about who they are rather than who you are. If
mm,
I tell you that I think you are too known, it's because this is how I'll act if I'm in your shoes. So it's more about them. So it's not about me. In the beginning, it used to get to me, but I did a great job by getting over it very quick. I did a
mm,
very great job. In the beginning, when I realized that people were hating on me, I got into a therapy. And then within 2 weeks or so, I healed from the fact that people will not like me. So till
yeah,
date, I don't expect everyone to like me.
yeah,
Myself, I don't like everyone. So why should everyone like me? So
yeah,
I don't expect that at all. They can say worse things. Yesterday, I had this long argument with this lady. I actually knew because she said I was biased. So when I went to the UN, I was posting videos of the Prime Minister of Israel. And she came at me, insulting me that I'm not an activist, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, when I posted videos of the Palestine protesting, you didn't comment. So why are you? It's like people just want to show you how to live your life.
yeah.
That's what
They
it is.
only see the
So
negative side. They
they
don't
don't
see
see
the
the
positive.
positive.
Yeah, that's
And
our brain.
when she unfollowed me, I didn't care like one bit because I saw it to be like this is who I'm going to be. To get to a point, my name will be in the news, people will be saying things, and I've
Yeah.
prepared my mind what I'll do, how much money I'm going to make from that particular issue, how I'm going to. I've planned everything in advance, so when it happens, I'll know what to do. Yeah, and I've been
So
through similar situations.
so these people who
Mm.
attack you, are they
Yeah,
familiar people or people that just random people on
no,
TikTok?
I don't know them. The reason why I
Oh,
knew that I
okay.
didn't know them was because when they insult me and I reply to their videos, the same way people don't like me, that is the same way people love me. Like I have people who really love me. So
Yeah.
people would go into their DMs and give it to them, and they will text me that, can I please delete the video? And I'm like, you came for me and I'm also coming back. Why are you getting angry? So they'll come to me that, please delete the video. I was just joking. Most of them are saying that they are just joking. So I sometimes delete it, sometimes I just keep it there. If the views are very high, I want the whole world to see how stupid you were. So I don't delete them like that. I
Yeah.
don't dare delete it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got to a point that in my school, some of my professors used to see my TikTok. And you know, these Americans, they are
Yeah.
happy when they see people like us on social media. They get very happy. So they were reading my comments and they asked me, why do your people insult you? Because someone was saying you're a villager. Why do they insult you? And I'm like, oh, that is how we play in Ghana. We play by joking. And they're like, no, that is cyberbullying. I'm like, no. That's how we play. So they are just disgracing themselves.
But it's actually cyberbullying, right? It's just that you have grown not to care about it.
And secondly, they are in Ghana. If you are in Ghana, what have they achieved for them to? You will never see Elon Musk in people's comment
Of
section.
course.
It's never the successful people. It's always people below you. People don't punch downwards, they always punch up. So if they are pointing up, meaning you are better than them. So why would you even waste your time on
I
them?
think it's envy.
It's very
And
painful. Sometimes
everybody, I think we all have envy in us.
in us.
Just at their levels. Some
Some
people
people
is
can't control
70,
theirs.
some people is maybe 10%.
Yeah.
Some
People
people
can't control theirs.
some people they've learned that, if somebody
Envy
has
means
something I don't have, then let me
mhm.
focus on what I also have
I also have,
and let them keep going, right?
Yeah, it's very painful when people insult you on social. It's very very painful, to be honest. Sometimes I read the first comments that really got to me that made me stop TikTok for like 2 months was the first time I went to the UN. Someone came to me that God is not yet done with me. It's not everything that I'll post. I should hide my. And I was so hurt because at that time my parents too were also at me that I should hide myself from social media. So imagine your parents saying it and people on social media also saying it. And the particular comment had over 1,000 likes, meaning people have always wanted to tell me that particular thing. So I was like, hey, so people are coming after me. I was so scared. And I went off TikTok for like a month. And I was just praying throughout, telling God that if their evil eyes after me, he should take them away. And God told me that if you're a light, you have to shine. So this is how God made me. How should I dim my light to fit you because you are not okay with it? But at the same time, people see they get inspired. So focus on those ones. Don't forget, don't let those things are distractions.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not bothered at all.
I personally, everybody's approach is different and everybody does things based on their experiences and stuff like that.
Yes.
So for me, when I see a comment like that, if you attack me, I'll just block you. I don't have the energy to exchange words. Like there was somebody who sent me a message on TikTok that my English is bad. And what the person even wrote had a lot of grammatical errors. So I was like, what is wrong with this?
You and that, Me personally, one thing is the more you move higher, the less you get worried about those things. So me, in my opinion, if your criticism is coming from someone living in Ghana, why should I take it here? The person is in Ghana. Chances of me doing better in life, I'm not yet successful, but chances of me doing better
ahead of them. That's the point.
So I don't really take them. So I think maybe they are just not open. Like their eyes are not open, their mind is not open. That's why I don't really. Because sometimes you look at their page and you're like, this person.
It's always those who are struggling who behave like that.
Yes, they'll be the ones.
They'll keep attracting negative outcomes because the heart
they'll
is
never
not
do well
clean.
in life. Yes, they'll never do well in life. If you want to see someone who will be successful in life, there are people who are genuinely happy for people. When I see someone who is achieve something, I'll just go to the page and I'll be tapping into the blessings. I'll be like, I tap into this person's blessings. And I'll DM them and I'll tell them like, I'm also interested in this. I don't get jealous. It's one thing I think God has blessed me with. I never get jealous of people. I've helped people do things better than me. I didn't feel resentment. I didn't feel anything because it's like, what is the point? So I just tap into people's blessings. I don't really get jealous that someone is doing better.
So me, I'm always thinking like, everybody will die one day. So
one day, yes.
Why will I even worry about what you have? I don't care.
And
I can just get what I can get.
People don't really care about you as well if you have that spotlight effect. Because how many times do you think about someone? If you have problems, like if you are depressed, you are not thinking of anyone. So no one really cares about you so much. Like so much. So you just get over it as time goes on.
That's true,
You just get over it.
Let's talk about your books. So you've written how many? 8?
It should be 21 books.
21 books.
Yes, I have them here.
Why?
These are the most recent one. I'll explain how
Wow.
it all started. These are the
Wow.
most recent ones. They are English and French and
Wow.
Spanish as well. So these are the most recent ones. These
Wow.
ones,
Oh,
this one
that's
talks about
amazing. That's
rejection,
amazing. Wow.
bitterness, disappointment. Yeah.
Wow.
How the reason why I was able to write so many books is that I dropped out from UPSC, obviously. We'll
Mm,
come to that one. But when I dropped out, I stayed at home for 3.5 years, from 2020 March to July 2023, which was when I came here. So during that period, nothing was moving. I wasn't working, nothing. It's like you are stuck. And I felt that was when God was preparing me for whatever He has for me. So He just gave me the spirit, like, hey, start writing books. I did the first book I wrote, I have not released it. I wrote it, it's on fear, but I was scared to release that book. Imagine writing a book on fear, but you have fear to
wow.
release the book. So the
Yeah.
book is still there. I'm still working on it. Maybe in some few days, yes, I can release. So the book is still there. So when I wrote the book on fear, when you write a book, you will never stop writing a book. It's like there's
Mm,
always something to write about.
yeah.
So the first book on fear came, and I was just like, I'm going to write a book. I didn't know how to publish, nothing. And then I just felt like write a book on being a born again, because in 2020 I went through a very serious heartbreak, and I felt that was what God was calling me. He was calling me around that time, and He asked me to write a book for beginners, people who are born again and want to like get a map to building their Christian life. So I wrote that book titled "Now That You Are Born Again." I got inspiration from Pastor Chris' book also, and that book I wrote it on my phone, full of grammatical errors, and then just published it on Amazon. No one read it, no one bought it, nothing. It was just there, and then went to write the second one because the ideas just kept on coming. The second one was on the devotional, and the reason why I got the devotional was because the now that you are born again should go together with a devotional. Maybe when I preach
Yeah.
to the person and I give them the book, this is a devotional to study every morning. So it also went together. And I think the third one was on evangelism, because around that time I used to evangelize a lot. Those 3.5 years, I used to do midnight preaching in Ghana. I used to be screaming at the back of people's house, preaching to them and all that. So that was when the books came. And then subsequently, I'll be there and I'll just get an idea, write about this, write about that. Maybe something will happen, write about it. And I'll just be writing. So most of the books, I came to release them here, especially my series, Human Nature series, about 9 books. I released them here. And then the books on rejection, I released it here. And then the most recent one on parents, I also released it here. So yeah, it was mostly written in Ghana. Yeah, and I had
Mm.
so much time. That's why I was able to write it back then.
Yeah. So listening to your story, it's just, it's like, according to you, things were not moving around that period, right?
Yeah, it
So,
wasn't even around that period. Throughout my life, I felt there was a curse attached to me. I know most people experience it where it's like your life is so hard that you feel like you are cursed.
yeah.
And that was how I felt. For a very long time, I felt I was cursed. But if people feel like they are cursed, I will normally tell them, because people text me that I feel there's a curse on me. I told them that even the snake or the serpent, it's a cursed animal, right? But yet it's the most flourishing animal. They are the most populated, if not one of them, the most populated species in the world. Wherever you go, there are snakes. In the rivers, there are snakes, forests, everywhere. So how come they are cursed but they are still flourishing? So even if you are cursed and you are wise, you can still flourish. You can still be successful. So yeah, it was the things that I went through after COVID, dropping out, visa refusals, those times. That was what really helped me to write these books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason what I was trying to say was,
Mhm.
going through all of that and being able to have
Mhm.
the courage to write a book
Yeah.
and other books, like that is
Mhm.
incredible, right? Because a
Yes.
lot of people in situations like this, they just
Just
sleep, wake up,
yeah.
eat,
Mhm.
sleep, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what they would have
Mhm.
been doing. But then for you to have been writing a lot of books around that
Yeah.
time, that's
Mhm.
amazing,
Yeah. I
honestly.
think I think personally, I don't believe anything I do it intentionally. I feel
Mm,
when God gives you a fire, like when there's something in you to do, you can't resist it. It's like when God plants something in you, you will never get peace until you do it. So anything that I ever did is because there was a burden in me. There's like there was a pressure. It's like some internal pressure. Do it, do it,
mm,
do it, and then
yeah,
I just do it. If you are sleeping whilst that burden is there, you will not be happy. You will not be fulfilled. That is why celebrities are feeling so empty. A lot of celebrities are there. They have the fame, but they are feeling empty because there is
yeah,
something in them they are not doing. So when that fire is there, you do it. You find
yeah,
ways and means to do it. You would always do it.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you always do it.
yeah. About the cases thing, what I
Yes.
have actually
Mm-hmm.
noticed about my own life is that I
Mm-hmm.
have made so many mistakes. I haven't really talked about a lot of
Mm-hmm.
aspect of my life because
Right.
these are
Yes.
things that I can't
Mm-hmm.
really talk about some of them right now because
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure
Trying to
out things
build.
and all of
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I saw from my own life was
Mm-hmm.
that because of the background that I had,
Yes.
it influenced me to make a lot of bad decisions. So I made a
Bad
lot of
decision.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not like there was a curse somewhere. It is just
Yes.
because things that I didn't know,
Yes.
making me
Mm-hmm.
make a lot of mistakes. And so
Yes.
once I went into my past and tried to understand
Mm-hmm.
who I am and why I
Yes.
was doing what I was doing and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to kind of get out of a lot of situations.
A
And
lot
right
of
now,
things. Yes.
yeah, right now I know who I am. I know what I
Mm-hmm.
need to do, what I don't have to do.
Yes.
I know what
Exactly.
is good for me, what is not good.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to
Yes.
myself. I feel
Yes.
energy. I pay attention to
Yes.
energy. So
Yes.
it's
I
like,
feel like
yeah.
I'm so huge on this. I'm probably one of the most. I descend easily.
Mm,
And I tell people who are around there, I keep on telling them that I discern things. It's like I realize the slightest shift in energy.
yeah.
And the worst combination is being someone who has so much discernment and also being abused, or if you grow up with a narcissistic
Yeah.
person, because you end up becoming hyper vigilant. So imagine
Yeah.
being hyper vigilant and also having discernment. It's crazy. So such people, you don't even have friends. When you close from church, you just leave. Today, when I
Yeah.
close from church, I just ran. And they're like, why don't you hang around? And I'm like, if I'm in the midst of people, I just feels like my energy is just all
Yeah.
over the place. I'm reading people's movements. It's like when I'm
Yeah.
talking to someone in person, I could watch every single thing.
Yeah.
I'm not watching them,
We
but I
pay
could tell
attention to
how they,
everything. Yeah.
yes, how they move their
Yeah.
hands. I could just tell this person doesn't want me to be
Yeah.
around them. I
That's
could
true.
just tell easily, and it has saved me so much. It
Yeah.
has saved me so much
Yeah.
from so much
I
trouble.
also, yeah, the same thing. So for
Yeah,
me, I have, there was a time in my life, I think I didn't know how to be alone. And so
and then
that
yeah,
caused
you
me
were
to make a lot
just
of mistakes. Yeah.
mistakes. Yes,
But
yeah,
now I live alone and
yes.
I don't even care about not talking to anybody in a day or in
I
a week.
can
I
be in
don't
a room
care.
for a week. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been in
I
a
don't
room
care
for a week.
about anything like that.
Yeah.
I am okay
Mm-hmm.
being living my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't
Yes.
want anybody to any
Yeah.
I there is nobody that I when I'm going to sleep I think about that
Yes.
the person did this. I don't have the energy to think about
Yeah.
anybody.
Very
No, no,
true.
no. You
Yeah. You're
misbehave and I
alone.
cut you off. I don't
Yes.
have time to
Mm-hmm.
negotiate to like nah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that
It's
really helps me. Yeah.
that is one of the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Being alone. I enjoy being alone. To be honest, I don't feel bad for not going out. I
Yeah.
enjoy my space. Like I love free times. I enjoy
Yeah.
being in bed using my phone,
Yeah.
watching something, playing game. I enjoy those ones
Exactly. Yeah.
than to go to. So I've never been to a concert before, like a Davido concert. I've never been to, because it's like you go there, you become friends with people. 3 months they betray you, and the
Yeah.
kind of betrayal is like you see it coming, but then
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh, let me just ignore it, and then it will hit you, and then you'll be like,
Yeah.
no, I was supposed to learn the hard way. So I
Yeah.
enjoy being alone. I don't really have friends. Like,
Yeah.
let's do this. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
friends. I've never had much friends for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and on the other side of it too, we are social
Mm-hmm.
beings, right? And so we need
Yes,
people. Sometimes
yes. Mm-hmm.
it's very complicated because
Yeah,
you don't wanna, because you're a social being doesn't mean you have to be with
yes.
people who are
People,
toxic
yes,
and
who
people who
are
are going to
toxic.
hurt
Yeah,
you, right? So
you have to be with people who are
it's not
on your
easy.
level, or
Yeah,
else it will be difficult to make friends. For me, the few friends that I have are people who are on my level. Like they know that yes, I
yeah,
overthink number one, and they are willing to do the explanation.
yeah,
That why did you say this to me? Because I will overthink everything, and I'll
yeah,
come and question you, because if I overthink it, I won't keep it in me. I'll come
yeah,
and ask you, oh, the way you were talking to, like, what's up, like, what happened? And
yeah,
then they will explain it. But those who are not the real friends, they will make you feel bad for overthinking, and you realize that
yeah,
these are not the people. If they
yeah,
ever make you feel bad for questioning something you feel bad about,
yeah,
they are not your friends. No,
yeah, yeah.
no.
And I used to try to ask questions. So why did you do
Yes.
this? Why did you?
Mhm.
And I always felt like people made me feel like,
Feel
oh, I'm
bad.
too
Yes.
sensitive.
Yes.
So right
Yes.
now,
Yes.
I will not even be
Mhm.
sensitive. I
Yes.
don't even have
Don't
energy to ask you
don't let
anything.
them guilt trip
We,
you. Don't let them manipulate you for you to think you overthink.
yeah, now I don't even care.
I told people that I made a LinkedIn post that I have a reason why I overthink and why I take things personal, because
yeah,
everyone knows what they are doing.
yeah,
Every single person
yeah,
knows what they are doing.
yeah,
So if I take it personal, I have a reason.
and I genuinely care about people, and so why will I be caring about you genuinely and then you
You
are
and then you don't
misbehaving,
care. No, no,
right?
no, no, no,
So
no.
I
Yeah.
am not going to have
I
space
will
for.
take it personal. I will overthink it, because
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't
yeah,
say certain things to you. So if you say it to me, I'll be offended.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. About
Mhm.
your books. So tell me
Mhm.
about the publishing process. If somebody wants to publish
Once
their book.
publish a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fortunately for me, I didn't have to pay any publisher to
Mm,
do any of these things. I don't pay even a person to get my books published. So what happens is I do self-publishing compared to the traditional publishing. So the traditional publishing is where you write the book and you go and see a publishing company that, hey, I need you to print my books for me, and then this is how much I'll pay you. And mostly they will not print less than 10 copies. Most of them will be like, print bulk, print 100 copies. And let's say you don't have the money, 100 copies of books, what if they don't sell? So I do self-publishing. So self-publishing is when you publish the books on websites like Barnes and Noble, which also reports to the New York Times. So your book gets to rank on the New York Times, Amazon, which most people use. So when you publish on Amazon, Amazon ranks the books, or they put it on their Amazon website. So Amazon is one of the biggest shopping center. So you put it on Amazon, people can just buy it. And what Amazon does is you just upload the book and the cover to their portal and everything. So when someone buys a copy, they print that only copy. They don't print it in bulk that, oh, let's keep it. No. So that way, if no one buys the copy, there's no book lying down going waste. So if you buy 10 copies, they print 10 copies and send it to you. So you just go into an agreement with them, probably 70%, 30%, or 30%, 70%, based on how much you are selling the book. So if the book is very cheap, then they don't mind you taking the 70%. But if it's a bit higher, they would want to, like, split it to two in according, because they will print everything, ship it to the person. You don't have to do anything. You don't get to see it. You just publish it there. So I just go on Amazon KDP. It's pretty much a straightforward process. You upload the book there, and then they approve it, and then you can just start selling it there.
How long does it take for them to print the copy and send it to the person?
It's the same. I think some states have, in the US, some states have like same day delivery, and the most you see is 2 days. If they are printing the book, like the most is 2 days, because Amazon has centers everywhere. So they print it at the closest center. Once they print it, they just ship it to the person. So very easy.
Oh, wow.
Very easy, straightforward process. Yep.
That's good. That's good information. So let me understand your study abroad journey. I know that between 2020 and 2023, you were going through some tough times and all of that. So when did the study abroad thing come about?
Oh, truth be told, everyone who knew me right from infancy knows I was obsessed with America. Right from 2011, I was so obsessed with America. I never saw myself living in Ghana, even in 10 years to come. I never saw myself working like nothing. So my path was always different. So while people were looking for universities to study at, I didn't really care, because my mind was miraculously, I'll live abroad. I didn't know whether I was going to use study, whether someone would pick me, nothing. So it all became real in high school. I think I graduated in 2018, Accra Academy. So around 2017, there was this senior who was going to write the SAT. And when he was going to write the SAT, he told his friend. And one guy was like, hey, the SAT is hard, though. I heard it's very hard, though. And all of a sudden, I just lost that fight. It's like it killed my spirit, because I had study abroad was the difficult part. It's like it felt unrealistic. So I was writing off deck that particular year, 2017, and I'm someone who reads a lot. So we had libraries where you could go and read your graphic and stuff. And in one of the graphic, I saw this webinar. Universities from America were coming to Ghana. Alisa Hotel. Was it Alisa or Moving Pick? One of them. No, Moving Pick. So coincidentally, that was the day I was going to write my paper, my deck paper outside. I've forgotten the school. I think it's one of these schools there. So I went out when I finished the paper, and I walked to Moving Pick Hotel, and I saw all these schools there. Cleveland State University. This school. This was a very fair school. It's in Washington. I've forgotten the name. Spring something. I've forgotten the name. So all these schools were there. I didn't know what to ask them. I didn't know anything. So I'll just go there, and they had brochures and their stuff, their magazines and stuff. So I'll just get a copy of them from every school. So I'll go to this school, get their copy, go to this school, get their copy, go to this school, get their copy. So when I was going home in the car, I'll just be reading it, like going through it, and I didn't care about anything. All I cared about was the campus, how beautiful the campus looked. When the fall is like the snow, that was the only thing I cared about. So I was just going through it. The school was called Shoreline Community College. It's a very important school, so you come to it. So in 2017, I was still go for these webinars, go and gather magazines and stuff. And 2018, I wrote to WASI, and the results came out, and I had a grade 26 or 25 or what. I had a grade 26 because WASI came out. I had a D7. So when I had the D7, no school in Ghana wanted to pick me. No, Legon didn't want to pick me. Tech didn't want to pick me. UPSA wanted to pick me back for diploma, and I was so shy of doing diploma. You know, in Ghana, when you do diploma,
in Ghana, you'll be shy.
So
Charlie system.
I said I'll not do diploma. So I remember I was home, and I just saw the magazines that I've gone to pick, and inside there was this card of the US Embassy in Ghana. They said you can visit the library or so. So I showed it to my dad, and I'm like, this school, maybe I should apply to schools abroad. And he was like, nah, my results, Ghana credit didn't accept my results. How much more US? So I remember doing international call bundle, and I called the university, the Shoreline Community College, that I'm from Ghana and I want to come to your school. What is the process? And they mentioned everything. They sent me an email and they told me their fees was $18,000 at that time. It was around 96,000 cedis or so. I remember very well. It was around 96,000 or 90,000 that time. So they told me that if I want further information, I should visit the embassy in my country. And I'm like, okay, let's see. So I went to the embassy the following day and they didn't allow me enter because they said I didn't have an ID. Went home Wednesday following day, they didn't allow me because they said they had closed. Meanwhile, it was around 2 a.m. So I didn't understand. And then the third day I went to, they said we were closed again. And I'm like, but they said they are open till 3. And then they were like, come back tomorrow morning at 10. When I went 10 a.m., that was when they allowed me because it's two things. The Education USA closes around 10 a.m. No, closes around 11, from 9 to 11. And then the library itself closes at 4. So when I go there and I told them I'm going to the US and the Education USA, they told me it's closed because I didn't mention the library. So from that day, I went to the library and then I got to see the counselor and I spoke to her and told her everything. She broke down everything to me. And there were students over there. All the students who were there right now, they're in the US. So they were in the library using the PC, studying for the SATs. It's like they knew what they were doing. And most of them were from Infantipim. It's like they knew where to write from Infantipim that they wanted to study abroad. So they were all together studying. And I'm like, what are these people studying? Maths and English. I'm not ready to study maths. Maths is not my field. No. So I'll just go to the computer and just go and search top 10 countries, top 10 schools with the easiest admission. And then I'll be watching videos of snow in America, snow in New York. I was just watching
when you're
unnecessary things.
young, yeah.
And the funny thing is, when I get the 10 schools, I'll just print it because printing was free. So I remember I'll be printing unnecessary things. Anything I'll print it. Any single thing I'll print it. So I'll just print it. And these people were already studying. They were on the move. So one time I was talking to them and they told me that who is going to pay my fees if I want to study abroad? And I said, they said, can your dad pay? And I said, no. And they were like, they need to get scholarship. And to get scholarship, you need to write the SAT. And there was no way I'm writing the SAT. So I would go and Google, can I get full scholarship without SAT? Like basically those things. And then eventually I realized I was supposed to take the SAT, but still, it wasn't sitting well with me. So these people were working on it, like they were still working, grinding, and then eventually they left. This was around 2018 when our university was starting. So when I went to see the counselor and I went to see all these people who were traveling right in front of me, I remember one guy, he was from my high school. He came to the library and he saw me. He was like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, I'm working in the library. I'm like, how about him? He said he's coming for his visa. I'm like, what? You are about to go to America, like my dream country. The thing fagged me. And I took his number. We were chatting. I asked him for his SAT questions. He sent me PDFs. So I still have them. Over 50 plus SAT questions. And I was asking him any kind of question. That is when I realized the whole process. This is how it was. So at that time, to my parents didn't like the idea that I had to stay home just because I want to travel abroad. So go to UPSA, do the diploma, and then work on the abroad on the side. So my plan was I'll do the diploma for 2 years while saving. So once I'm done with the diploma, I'll just leave the country. So started diploma, communication studies or public relations. Yes. Started it and the class was 115. The girls were 90 something. The boys were just 50.
Hey.
You should tell you the kind of class it was.
I want to be in such a class.
No, it's those classes where they will tell you that you can branch into any field. So she told you that it wasn't the correct course at all. Public relations, no. So I was just doing it by my heart is America. So I remember I'll leave the classroom and go to the US embassy. Back then, I'll leave the class when the class is boring. I used to leave class to the point that one time a professor asked the students what my name was and he mentioned it and he told them to tell me that he's going to fail me. It was a marketing class also and he truly failed me. So that was why he didn't gingered me. First semester was great. Second semester I had an F, meaning I had a receipt.
Wow.
Third semester I had another F. And then the next semester was when I dropped out. So, meaning I was supposed to do receipt. It became miserable. So I just felt, no, this is time to go all in on the study abroad. So funny enough, the time I was about to drop out, the school just was like, no, if you don't pay your fees, you have to leave. It's like you can't write your exams, meaning you're going to drop out. So I was just sitting down and the fire just came in me that I should study abroad, like I should focus on this abroad thing to work. And then at that time, they said Canada was easy because Canada, I don't need interview. So I wanted the easy route. So from that time, I said, now it's Canada that I'm going to, not US. So I'll go to YouTube and I'll search coldest states in Canada and to give him Manitoba, Saskatchewan, all these places. And I'll be watching snow in Canada, videos of Canada. It's like I was now obsessed with Canada, watching easiest, cheapest schools
That's
in
life.
Canada. Like the basic question people normally ask, cheapest schools in Canada, and then I'll print it and I'll be fantasizing over them. Okay, I'll go to this school now. Right now, this is my new school. Yeah, this is where I'll go to. And then I was just playing around until miraculously, God is just God. So I found this school called Concordia University in Montreal. And I just liked the school because they said it was a Christian school, whatever. So I applied to that school around April 2020 when I had dropped out. After I applied to the school, I was just on Instagram and one Nigerian guy replied to my post and he was like, "Did you take this picture at Covenant University?" And I said, "No, why?" And he said it looks like his former school in Nigeria. And I'm like, "Oh wow, which school is he?" And finding out he was in Concordia University in Canada, like miraculously. So I was like, no, God is actually behind this thing. What were the odds that he would send someone like that? And I'm like, bro, I've applied to Concordia waiting for my admission. And he was like, take your time. Tomorrow I'll be free around this time. So give me a call. I give him a call. We spoke for like 2 hours. His dad was a very rich person in Nigeria. He owned oil and gas businesses. And this guy sent me his dad's bank statement he used for his visa application, sent me his affidavit of support, sent me like all the information he used for his visa. And he told me that I should look on it. The statement of purpose he wrote, I should write the same thing. And I'm like, is this guy an angel? What is happening? So I did the exact same thing. I got admission, same exact thing, applied for the visa in 2020, August, around 19th August, with the same format, everything, miraculously. And that same time, so I had started making friends in Concordia, met some few Ghanaians who were still talking and all that. So I didn't hear from the Canadian embassy for 1 year. And meanwhile, once I had applied to Canada, people in the US were struggling to go for interview because COVID had come, embassies were closed. So I was laughing at them because I'm like, oh, yes, Canada is moving because people were applying to Canada and they were getting it. Canada back then was very easy to get. So I applied 1 month, I didn't hear from them. 2 months, I didn't hear from them. 3 months. And I'm like, what is happening? I met people along the line, they would apply after I'd applied and they would get biometrics, they would get medicals, they would get their visa. Some even left whilst I had not gotten my decision. I'm like, hey. And then it started moving into prayers because, Charlie, the way the thing is going, so prayers, midnight. I never slept since September, October 2020 till today. Like, I never slept fully. That was what messed up my sleep pattern because midnight I'm awake from 12 to 3. I was always praying. And I wasn't just praying basic things. I was praying into the future. I wasn't just praying about the current situation. So I didn't hear from them till January, February, March. And then May, I decided to go and do the medicals in advance. So in Canada, you have to wait for them to ask you to do medicals. I said, no, I'm having faith. I'll get it. So I'm going to do medicals in advance to push them to speed up my application. So I did medicals in May, submitted it, they received it. June, never heard from them. July, never heard from them. August, about 3 days for it to be 1 year from the day I applied, they sent me an email that there's a correspondence letter. Normally, they send that 24 hours before your decision. And me too had done the medical, so I didn't know if I was going to be approved or not. So I was so confused for 24 hours. Like in 24 hours, you're about to know your decision. And I'd also lied to some people that I'm abroad. That was a funny thing because I was in schooling, so I lied to people I was living in abroad already.
Wow.
So in 24 hours, I'm waiting for my life decision. And then the results came. It is, unfortunately, I nearly died that day.
Wow.
Imagine you fantasized, you've written down the things you'll be doing. I stopped writing some of my books because I said when I come here, I'll finish it. Like, this is the life I'll live. I'll do a podcast in America, in Canada. I'll do this. This is the life I want to live in Canada. You're always daydreaming about you in snow. It's like that kind of stuff. And I remember when I saw the email, I'm like, what is happening? They said they couldn't verify my source of proof of funds, something like that. I'm like, meanwhile, to the money I showed, it was a sponsor at that time. The money I showed, everything was in like a lot of money. We're so confused. And then the thought of maybe me not being able to apply kicked in because when you get such a refusal, people will be saying things, oh, meaning they don't want to give it to you, meaning a whole lot of things. I was so depressed.
What if it is because you are a Ghanaian, you are taking something from Nigeria, right? So that probably is a reason.
I didn't use his bank statement for the application. I just used it as a guideline to draft my application, especially with his affidavit of support, how his dad wrote his and everything.
Oh, okay.
So I had a sponsor. So he
okay.
had the money to like everything.
Oh, okay.
They said it wasn't enough. Hey, I was so mad at God. Like I thought God hated me. I wanted the ground to open for me to enter. I was so depressed. Hey, I remember I was part of the church prayer group. I remember we were praying at the all night, and I'll just leave the prayer and I'll go and sit outside around 3 a.m. and I'll be crying. Like I'll be sitting on the floor because I'm like, I can't go to abroad. What is happening? Like my life is about to restart all over. What do I do? And mind you, I was left with 2 years, 1 year to go and return to UPSA because I had receipts. So after 1 year, I couldn't return to UPSA because UPSA had this policy where after 2 years, you can't come back and race it. You have to restart. So I was so depressed. And I was reading a book at that time too by Bishop Admasari. So he said that his son had applied for a visa to Italy and he didn't get it, or so he just guided faith, something like that. And it gingered me. And then I reapplied it, I think 2 months later, around, so I guess, okay, I think it was in September, yes, the next September. I applied it in September, and around November, December, there, I get an email from the embassy again, procedural fairness. That is the most dangerous letter you'd ever get from the USA, the Canadian embassy, meaning they suspect a document is fake. So they mentioned the document that was fake, and I went to the bank and they gave me a receipt to attach it and send it to them. I did it to them. I sent everything, and in January, on January 12th, they sent me an email that unfortunately it wasn't approved again. Like,
Wow.
like, and the painful thing is, if you are spiritual and you get dreams, it's like you get dreams you are living abroad, you get dreams you are in snow, you get dreams you've gotten a visa. I'm like, God, did you hate me? This was when I was going for Jericho hour at Duncan Williams every Thursday. I'll go to Duncan Williams Church and pray and so serious. Like I was just so miserable. Like, what is happening? And to make it worse, there was this rumor that Canada and US share information. So when Canada refuses you, they share it with hey. So that was what spoiled my whole issue because I'm like, I can't apply to UK now. I can't apply to Canada. I was so depressed. And then my dad encouraged me that no, you said it was US that you wanted to go to. So why don't you go back to the US? And then I said, okay, I'll go back to US. Started applying to US and then got refused first time, second time, and then third time. God did this magic. So yeah, that has been it with me coming here and everything.
Yeah, this story, it's crazy. The thing is that when you're telling your story, you are going to miss so many things because like you
Yes,
cannot really
a lot.
express the pain
It's
that
a
you
lot.
went through.
It's
Nobody can understand it.
no
Only
one.
you
I wasn't
remember.
even. I didn't eat for 3 days. We were supposed
Yeah,
to go to church that morning. I was so depressed. It's like I wanted the ground to open for me to enter. I
yeah,
was so depressed. Like hey, I couldn't even think I was going to be alive. Like I didn't eat nothing,
yeah,
just water. I just wanted to sleep. When we were going to church, I wanted to sleep so that I'll vanish into my pain. When we get to church, I'll leave the church, go and sit in the car, sleep. It's like I was just sleeping non-stop because I just
yeah,
wanted to escape the pain until I applied again.
yeah. This
Mm.
life is very difficult,
Yeah,
and
life is very
if
hard,
we
and
don't,
most
mm,
people are not prepared for how people think
yeah,
life is supposed to be easy. Life is never supposed to be easy.
yeah,
That is why people are like so depressed, stressed out because they think life is supposed to be easy.
yeah,
Life is supposed to be tough. Like life is
yeah.
very hard,
Yeah.
very very
I
hard.
mean, in an ideal world, we want easy route. We want things to be
Mm-hmm.
easy. Like you don't
Things
have
to
to
be easy,
work.
yes.
But then that's not
Mm-hmm.
how life is. So you have
It will
to
never
accept
work
that
that way.
life is difficult, and
Yes,
then prepare for it. Prepare for the
prepare for it.
challenges, right? Because
Yes, that. Mm-hmm.
in your case, a lot of people have given up because you tried a lot, and sometimes if you don't keep trying, you just don't know what you are going
Don't
to
know
get.
what you are going to get. Yes, and I keep telling people that success and criticisms and struggles are the prerequisite of greatness, and
Yeah,
that is the law of this world. No one
yeah,
has ever made it easily.
yeah,
No one in this world,
yeah.
even Trump's family. Trump has the most successful family. Trump's life was very tough. He's been to
Mm,
so many things, but look at him.
yeah,
He nearly got shot before he became president. Do you know
yeah,
how it feels to be short, like just to be short, just because you want to be president?
yeah,
It's not easy, but he kept on pushing, he kept on going on. So people need to build that resilience. I see
yeah.
people talking about 3 skills you need to learn if you want to be successful. Number one, networking. Now, and I'm like, no, 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 no.
Oh,
Number one, resilience. You need
networking,
networking. I network a lot, but I don't believe someone is going to help me through just
yeah.
meeting me at an event. No, no. You
Once
need
in
to
a while
build
it can work,
resilience.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
you need to build like real life skills like resilience because
yeah,
in the US, if you don't have resilience, imagine closing from school, you are tired, and then you get an email that you didn't submit an assignment well, so they've given you an F. Your brain is going to be, but then you have
Yeah.
to be resilient,
Yeah.
push through it, go and do the assignment. You have to be resilient. People don't
Yeah.
know this, but resilience is everything.
Yeah. And you have to acquire
It
a lot
is
of
everything.
knowledge as well.
Knowledge,
Because
yes.
if you don't have
Mm-hmm.
information about the world, you make so many
You know,
mistakes.
you make so many mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah. There are so many people in the state
Mm-hmm.
space. They are making a lot of mistakes.
A lot.
Meanwhile, a good information will get them here, but they keep
Yes.
making the same
They are
mistakes. Yeah.
making mistakes because they want shortcuts. A lot of
Yeah, they
people
want
want
shortcuts.
shortcuts.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
life is not designed like that.
Life is never designed that way. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
hard. You are supposed to go through difficult things before you can get one easy thing.
You mentioned that from 12 to 3 o'clock you don't sleep. So
Yes.
even until today, that has
Oh,
been your
until
routine.
today, my sleep pattern is messed up. But I sleep around 2 a.m. because I don't remember sleeping around 10 a.m. If I sleep at
Uh,
10 a.m., I'll wake up around 2. I don't sleep. I don't have a
you mean
normal
10
schedule
p.m.?
because
10 p.m.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Because when I was in Ghana, I wasn't sleeping for two reasons. Number one, I had to wake up for midnight bundle. So midnight bundle, 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. That was the only time I could afford internet. That was when I would download videos about abroad, like stuff, self-development. And then during the day, I'll consume them and then use it to build myself and then go back to sleep. So I never slept around 12 a.m. No, no, no. And around 3 a.m. was my prayer time. I changed it, but then 3 a.m. was always my prayer time when I was in Ghana. All the time, 3 a.m. I was always praying.
And what time do you wake up?
Well,
Like typically?
I used to wake up around 11 a.m. because it's like, okay, let's say I sleep around 4 or 5. Either my dad comes to wake me up at 6 because he didn't know. He didn't know that I just slept. So you come and wake me up around 6, so your sleep pattern will mess up and then you don't feel like going to sleep again. And later you fall in sleep, you fall asleep and get some 2 hours nap. And your face will just become miserable because
Yeah.
it's like you didn't sleep. So it was also part of it. No sleep, my sleep schedule very messed up to date.
Yeah. You talked
Mm.
about patching while you were studying at
Yes,
UPSA.
yes. Also another struggle. Yeah. So with the UPSA story, my other brother was in KNUST and he was paying for, I think, Brunei. It was like one of the richest hostels or so. So my dad said he couldn't be paying for his housing and his fees whilst paying for my fees and my housing because my fees alone in UPSA could pay for my brother's housing and fees. So he's going to pay for his housing because he's in Kumasi and I have to find someone and live with so that I will save money. So I
Yeah.
had this friend from primary, Emmanuel Asebi. So I stayed with him and it was bad. Like the room, the friends, when you're patching, people are not happy about it. So I remember going to his room the first day with this market sack, like this plastic sack or whatever. I still have one
Yeah.
here, like this market groceries bag, something like those
Mm,
open groceries bag. And my clothes were inside with my shoes and everything
Charlie.
and then going to the room and seeing how they were all sizing me up. But the counter is like, we've paid and you are come to stay with us and a whole lot of issue. So I paid that UPSH, so I dropped out. I never had my own room, nothing. And I remember I'll be dodging porters in the morning. They will say porters will come and inspect. So I had to leave the room very early to go and roam around till it's like 8, come and back and go to class. And then after school, I can't go back to the room that fast because even entering the hall, the porters know you that no, you're better. So I'll just go and roam around my friends, like just be hanging around till like evening time when the porters are not strict that much, and then I'll just go and hide in the room. So it wasn't easy, very difficult journey, UPSA,
Charlie.
very tough.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad used to give me 20 CDs a week back then. And that 20 CDs included my transportation to UPSA. I couldn't even pay for transportation. So I was always walking to school. So I remember walking to class in the hot sun, and then you see your classmates in a taxi passing by, and it was I was so ashamed. Like
Yeah.
it was so embarrassing. Imagine you are going to class and your classmates are already passing you in taxi. You get to class, you are sweating, they're already in class. People during break, people are going to buy food for 5 CDs, 15 CDs, and you that 15 CDs is your weekly money. So it wasn't easy. And I remember when I told my dad, he told me that he can't give all the money to me because I have siblings. So he had to split it among us.
Charlie.
So I just had to
That's
deal with it.
life. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Now I want to understand the US journey itself. So how many schools did you apply to? Why did you apply to the schools you applied to, and everything else? Did you take the SAT at some point?
Okay, so I'll start with the SAT thing. I didn't want to take the SAT, but I realized that almost every school was asking for it. So I had this friend from Jamaica who was living in the US, and I met her in Ghana. and we became friends. So she came back to the US, and I told her that I'm working on this study abroad stuff. So she
Yeah.
said if I need help, I should tell her. So I didn't have money to pay for the SAT. It was $97 that time, 70 something, 730 cedis or 770 cedis. I told her, and then she helped me 700 and something cedis, and then I registered for the SAT, which was around March 2020. So I wanted to write the SAT and then attach it to the Canada application. I remember the day I was going to write the SAT, when I got to the GIS school, they had placed this signboard that unfortunately COVID-19. COVID became very serious in March.
Yeah.
So they said because of COVID, SAT has been cancelled. We are not going to write it. And that was when most schools started going test optional. Even Harvard went test optional, a lot of schools. So I ended up not writing the SAT. So I didn't write the SAT, and it made my process easier, but a bit difficult because some people are writing the SAT, they will have better chance.
Yeah.
And in total, I applied to I can say I applied to more than 300 schools in the US.
More
I had
than
more than 300, yes. I had over 5 Common App accounts. I still have them. So
hey
Common App. So you know Common App, right? So
20,
I had
right?
an yes, I'll create an email and then open a new Common App account with 20 schools, go to a different this thing, 20 schools, go to another one. I had about
Wow.
a lot of Common App accounts, I remember. And I would apply to schools in New York, certain places. I didn't care about, I didn't want a low key state. I wanted like a very popular state. So I'll just be shooting the application to random schools, random schools,
Wow.
just something. So I applied to a lot of schools. So after I applied, the school emails me that they want application fee. I don't proceed with them. But then if they need transcript evaluations, I don't proceed with them. And then some would also offer me admission. In fact, my first admission was Walsh University, Walsh in Ohio. That was the very first admission, $18,000 scholarship. And I was so happy. I got Walsh, but I couldn't pay the $500 that they were asking, which was like 250 CDs, 2,500 CDs back then. So Walsh was like
The
the
security
first.
deposit, right?
Yes, I couldn't get that money at that time. So I ended up not choosing. The second school I got was Guilford College in North Carolina, a very good school. And then the third school I think I got was New Haven or so. So it's like it became, I started getting some admissions, not getting some. And then I realized that, okay, so this is how to actually apply for the schools. And I started applying for people, charging them. And that was how I used to like support myself to come here. So I was just applying for people and stuff. So yeah, I didn't write the SAT. I applied to about 300 schools without SAT scores. And then eventually got the one.
Your
Yes.
former school.
Yes.
So how many admissions will you say you got?
Oh, I wouldn't remember, but it should be more than 50. And the
Okay.
reasons I didn't go with them was because of the enrollment deposits. Most of them, they
Okay.
were asking for enrollment deposits, and some of them to the fees were very high, and some of them to the location. I remember I wanted to be so close to New York, so I just searched West Virginia to New York by car, and to show 7 hours. West Virginia, it's like I just liked New
This
York so
this
much.
New York obsession.
Yeah, I was obsessed with New York from childhood, so it's like
uh-huh.
I wanted to, and I landed in New York when I came here first, so
mm,
it's like I was obsessed with New York so
mm.
much.
Yeah.
So
So
much.
out of the admissions you got, you decided to
Mm-hmm.
go to your former school because
Yeah,
they didn't require the evaluation, they didn't require enrollment
yeah.
deposits or what?
They actually required it. So what happened is I got the first school. The first school I was going for the interview was with St. Leo State in Florida. And after I got admission, about 3 weeks to my interview in December, I was just there one time and they emailed me that they canceled my admission for
Wow.
some unknown reason. They didn't give me any reason. And at that time, it was 14th December. 16th December, almost every school in the US was going on Christmas break. And they would resume on 3rd January. My interview was 10th January. When they
Mm.
come back on 3rd January, what is the probability of me even getting an I-20?
Yeah.
So I was like, what is happening? Like, is there something fighting me? So I remember when they canceled it, I emailed them, called them, nothing. They didn't mind me. And then I was just going through my email because I've gotten a lot of admissions. So I was going through the congratulations. And I found this school called Marymount Manhattan College in New York. And I'm like, perfect. This school is in New York. Good, good, good. And then I called them the following day, which was on the 15th December, that, hey, if I make an enrollment deposit today, can I get an I-20 today? Because I have a visa interview soon. And they're like, okay, sure. If you make the payment, we can do it. I made the payment, and then the next day, they sent my I-20, but my
How
fees on
much
it
did you
was
pay?
$250 at that time. And I
Wow.
did quick, I no, $200, yes. So I did quick loan, borrowed money, but then it was refundable. That's what it told me. And they even refunded it. So I borrowed quick loan, borrowed money and stuff, and then I paid it. They sent the I-20, I updated my DS form, and then the fees was $68,000, but then My scholarship was I think 8,000 or so. So I ended up paying 56,000 a semester, which was unrealistic. So I went for the interview with it, and unfortunately got refused. So that was
So
it.
when did you go for the first interview?
The first interview, I think I made a mistake. The first interview was with Bowling Green State.
Okay.
That school I applied because it was easy to get admission, and I got a $4,000 scholarship, and deficit was 30,000 or 34, and then they just refused me. Second time went to the Marymount, and then the deficit was 56, and the first interview was on 4th August 2023, 2022, yes, and then the second one was 10th January 2023, and then the last one was 11th May. Exactly 5 years I graduated from high school. So I graduated high school 10th May 2018, and then exactly 5 years, one day, I got a visa. So it took me 5 years after high school to get a visa.
Wow. But how were you keeping track of all the applications? Because
Oh,
if you have like 500 applications,
mhm.
then did you have like an Excel file
No,
so
no,
that you
no.
don't repeat?
No. I was always having an email, and I will remember that I applied to this school. I remember that this school I've applied,
Wow.
and I was
Okay.
applying it based on states. So in the common, I'll filter it. So the first application was for schools in Florida, maybe North Carolina. I'll filter it, and the second set was for schools in this particular state, and that. So I filtered it. I
That-
remembered every school. So I know a lot of schools in the US. I know a lot.
mm,
I know a
this
lot.
this kind of work.
Yeah.
This kind of work.
If you
So
are determined, you can do it.
yeah. The Bowling Green. When
Mhm.
did you get the Bowling Green admission?
Oh, I
Were
got it
you
like 2 months or a month to the interview. Yeah, I
okay?
think it was 2 months. Yeah,
So the interview was in August 2022,
August
right?
4th. Yes, 4th August
2022.
2022. Yes.
Okay. Do you
And I
wanna
got admission around May there. Yes, it should be around May
okay. Do you wanna
2022. Yeah.
do you wanna tell me the general application materials you submitted to those schools?
Yes. So I remember Bowling Green, they weren't strict. And that was another thing I was looking for. I
Mm,
wanted a school that was easygoing, just your WASI results and then your high school transcript. So I think they asked for
yeah.
just the WASI results and then Duolingo. I took Duolingo when I was applying to Canada, so I still had the
Wow.
results. And at that time, Duolingo was popping off. Duolingo is like the best English test you can take, the easiest one if you want to study in the US. If the school asks for English proficiency, tell them that you want to take Duolingo. Some schools even give waivers. So I had my school in Canada give me a waiver, and then I took it, and then eventually I sent it to Bowling Green, and then they gave me the admission. And then unfortunately, I didn't get it. So very sad.
Right now, I want to get into your
Mhm.
visa interview. So, can you
Yes.
tell me the first experience, the second, and the third one?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one was like the worst one because
Mm,
obviously I thought maybe I was going to get it because I just needed the school. So went for the interview. About 5 minutes for me to get into the how do you call it, the interview room itself. I remember that I had left my visa forms. You know, when you go and buy the visa forms from the bank, the receipts they give you. And someone
yeah.
told me that, hey, they will check the receipts. I didn't know he was just lying. So I went to the security, and the security men in the embassy knew me, all of them, because I was always coming to the embassy. Every
Mm,
day I was going there. So they knew me. And I walked up to one of them and I asked him, would they check my receipts? And he said, he's not on duty today. So maybe those people inside there, I bet weird, so they can check. So I rushed home, got on the motor to go and find the receipts, came back. Every money that I had, I gave to the motor driver. Got into the interview room and he didn't even ask for the receipts. No one checked nothing. Hmm.
wow.
No one checked for it, nothing. So I basically wasted my time.
Wow.
Very,
Only
very
only
sad.
for
So,
it
mhm.
only for you to be denied.
Yeah, when I even went inside, they told me that my passport picture didn't qualify. So I should go and get a new one. So I got outside of the embassy, going to get a passport picture, and I didn't have any money. So my plan was I'll get a picture and I'll tell them that I'm coming. My money is inside and I'll not pay. That was my genuinely. So once I was in the tent, all of a sudden a friend of mine called Kelvin. His mom works around the embassy. So his mom out of nowhere appeared to me in the tent. Hey, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, I want to take a passport. And he said, do it, I'll pay for you. Okay, go. Miraculously, it's like I don't do that. I tell him and I will thank his mom. So miraculously, she paid for me. And I thought, okay, maybe this is my sign to get it. If miraculously someone has come in,
Yeah.
then God is actually helping me. So miraculously, she got me the passport picture. I got inside and then within 5 seconds, they just refused me. When they
Why?
refused me, they just gave me two questions: why this school and who is funding. And when he started asking who is funding, he just read it out to the refusal letter. He didn't make me finish nicely. He just picked this refusal letter. And then I took it. And the way the embassy is, you won't even be tempted to question. It's like,
It's
okay,
a
no
it's
problem.
it's like a scary place.
Yes, it's like you
Yeah.
are so nervous, you are
Yeah.
so
It's
awkward and all that.
yeah.
Mm.
Wow. And
So
then
I got refused,
mm,
walked back home over 3 hours walking under the sun
you
because I didn't have
walked.
money. I didn't have money. I had used all my money for the
Hey.
motor rider. So I had time to soak it in. That damn, like
Hey,
I
that's
couldn't get a
painful.
visa. Imagine. So when I went home, to my head was aching. Imagine you walked under the hot sun in Ghana, your head is aching,
Charlie.
no water. I went straight to bed. I went to sleep. Hey, like
This Sunday
if
you
they
slept
refuse
for
you
like
visa,
24 hours. So.
oh, I slept. I didn't want to wake up again. I slept so hard. I was sleeping so hard, and then
Charlie.
I think when I slept, I didn't had a dream that I was in America. So I think something like that happened. So when I woke up,
Yeah.
I got that fire again, and I applied to 20 schools again. It's a common app. So that same day, I started applying to schools, and
Hey.
I called one of my friends. Say, yes, I was determined. I've never seen someone who
But
was determined
you,
to
the
travel alone
application process, you were not taking your time. Oh. You were just
at all. I
submitting.
just the reason why I was submitting is that the painful thing, people know this, that the painful part is not having an application submitted. So if you don't buy the visa forms, you feel like you are late, you feel like you are behind, like you wish to do something to make you very close. Because I was like, I'm just staying at home, like, let me just apply it. And I called my friend, one of my friends in Florida, and he told me that I made a mistake with the DS form, how I filled it. So he was going to show me, and it was true. I didn't fill the DS form well at all. I remember writing that I was unemployed at the employment section. So it was
Yeah,
a huge
that's
red
not
flag.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a huge red flag, so they didn't give it to me. So I corrected the mistakes, went again the second time. The second time, I knew I was going to get it because I've gotten the first experience, super confident. When I got there, the lady asked me about 6 questions, so I knew she was just going to approve me. And then she said, unfortunately, I don't qualify. And I'm like, how?
What did she
And she
ask
said,
you? If you remember.
she asked me about my family, everything, like how many siblings, who's funding, like what
What
had,
was
what, who was funding, how many siblings did I have? Yeah, I think it was a lot of questions, like
what was
why
your
this school?
deficit?
It was 56K back then.
Hey,
So that was the
56.
biggest mistake. That was the biggest mistake. So when she refused me and I'm like, please, can you tell me the reason? She said, unfortunately, they are not allowed. And I'm like, oh, like, please tell me. I beg you. Like, I was basically, please, I beg you, please, just one reason. And she asked me if I'm going for undergraduate. And I said, yes. He said, people come here for undergraduate and they struggle to pay the fees. And I'm like, so if I come here with a cheaper fees, you are approving? He said, yes. And that same day, in the road, I stopped at La Paz, GT Bank at La Paz, got inside, bought a new visa forms for 1,920 cities back
Hey,
then. Same day, bought new visa forms. That was 10th January. Schools were resuming around 15th January. Got home, created a new DS form, submitted it, and I started calling the schools. Because of the time zone, some schools were still out there. So calling the schools, lying to them that I have my visa approved, but I want to come to the school. Can they give me an admission and an I-20 today? And they said it's too late because they will need to start orientation soon. Calling schools, I remember calling so many schools, like in the year, so many schools. And then eventually I had to accept the fact that I have to defer. So I deferred it and then went with the University of Charleston. University of Charleston, I already got it in general, but the school was not popular. It was in West Virginia. I had not heard of West Virginia before. So it was later when they told me that the fees was too much. I should find a cheaper school. That was when I went through my email and found that I already have admission. And I called them that I want to come to that school. And they gave me an I-20 and I just went to them. So I went for the third interview. I was asked who is funding as usual, my dad. And then I was asked why, what have I been doing since I graduated? And the golden question that made me know I was going to be approved was what has changed about my application. So she looked on the screen and she was like, you came here first one with this school, second time this school, third time this school. Okay, what has changed about your application? And I was more than prepared. So I gave her the answer, Indian lady, God bless all Indians. And then she just kept on typing. I was like, thank you, Lord. It's already done. Boom. She said it has been approved. I thought it was a dream because I didn't look like I was going to even get a visa. There was nothing that shows I was destined to even get a visa that day. Got a visa, I was running mad that day because I didn't believe I was about to enter America. I'm also going
yeah.
to see America that all my
Finally.
life. It's like, it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
Go home, the same day, started packing. In fact, I had already started packing before I applied for visa. I had bought my 2 luggages, my winter clothes, everything, before I even got for my visa interview. So the obsession was everything. Like, you need to be obsessed with everything.
So I want to understand your funding profile for
Mm-hmm.
the different interviews. So the first one, you had a
Yes.
deficit of 30K, right?
Yes, 30K. The fees was 34K. Scholarship was 4K, so 30K.
And the
And
second
then
one, you had a deficit of
the second
56K.
50. Yes, and the third one, I can tell people it was 26K.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but then the scholarship for the third one was 19,500. So that also played a
okay.
role. Yeah, that
Okay.
also played a role.
Wow.
Mm.
So
That was
when
to
did you
play
go
the
for the
New
third
Year.
interview?
That one was the 11th May, exactly 5 years after I graduated from high school.
11th May 2023, right?
2023, yes. And then I left Ghana July 24th. So imagine the 4 months that 3 months I was staying home for the visa. I
you
was
were
waiting.
you couldn't wait to leave, eh?
I wasn't talking to anyone. I remember I'll text some people, they'll talk to me rudely, and I'm like, no problem. No one, I didn't even have friends when I dropped down. No one was talking to me. My birthday, I
Mm,
remember my birthday, just 5 people wished me, 7 people wished me. No one,
yeah,
like, I didn't have a friend.
it is what
No
it
one
is.
talked to me, nothing. And I realized that no, people actually don't be with you like that if you're in trouble.
Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
When is your birthday?
Very sad. March 4th. Everyone knows it's March 4th because I released my books on March 4th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So every birthday I release a book.
Wow.
Yeah.
So next birthday, which book are you releasing?
It's on the it's going to be one of my biggest most successful one because I'm getting a forward by a very popular like a very very famous person in Ghana, like around the world. People know him well, so it's like I'm looking forward to it so much. So to be out very soon
Nice.
next year when I'm launching it.
Nice.
I'm launching it.
It's incredible. The thing is, if you
Mm-hmm.
decide that on your birthday, everybody are going to release a book,
A book
it kind
here,
of makes you like
anticipate.
yeah, like it kind of puts
Mm-hmm.
pressure on you, a good pressure,
A
so
good
that
pressure,
you
yes,
keep delivering. And then
yes.
you look back and you're like, oh wow, I've done a
Mm-hmm.
lot,
I've
so
already
that's a
done.
good thing. Yeah. That's
For me, what really helped me was the fact that I've already written these books. I'm just doing final touches on it, and then I'll
okay.
release it
That's
on my
good.
birthday because
Okay.
I've already had ideas for a long time. So
Yeah.
I just keep on writing it. I'll study about it if it's something I need to read about. So I'll read about it and then I'll just create my own version of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let me quickly
Okay.
chip in something. So about the the interview thing, like
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people when they get $4,000 scholarship,
Mm-hmm.
they have a deficit of 30,000. They are so happy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how they understand scholarships. Like
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't get it.
I can explain it. And I know you know it,
Yeah.
but people don't know that these people here are wiser than them times 5,000. So what they usually do is most schools that have fixed scholarship, they are not scholarship. I can tell you,
Yeah, I mean,
they are not
it's
scholarship.
nothing. I don't.
When they
Yeah,
tell real scholarship will be very specific. They won't tell you that it's merit based.
yeah,
They will be very specific that oh, this is a 1992 alumni scholarship. They
yeah,
will tell you. So when the fees is 50,000, they'll tell you that it's 55,000, but we are giving a scholarship of 5,000.
yeah.
But people will be jumping.
They're
I just got
happy. I'm
10,000.
like,
They don't know. They are using their mind games on them.
yeah,
You don't know.
yeah. So if somebody's
Mm,
preparing for the visa interview, like the person has been
mm,
denied before, what
mhm.
tip will you give to the person, or what
I tell
tips?
people that there's always a reason to be refused. These people
Mm,
are not just refusing. The same way people are being refused is the same way people are being approved. So
yeah,
if they refuse you, you have to analyze the interview, how she even made her reaction when you answered her. So
yeah,
let's say she had a neutral face when she asked about your program, but then when she asked who's funding and you answered, she gave a different face. You should know that there was a problem with your funding. And then you go back and look at your funding if it was actually sensible or it was enough to use that kind of funding. And then you just work on it. But most of the time it's a DS form. When you don't fill a DS form, well, they'll refuse you.
mm,
They'll refuse you.
yeah. So your visa was approved. Congratulations.
Yes.
And then you went
Mm-hmm.
to you told your dad that now you are going to be a blogger. Is that what happened?
Not that, so he was already praying about it because he's a pastor. Everyone was rooting, the whole world was rooting for me.
Mm,
Everyone who knew I wanted to travel abroad, my family, like no people much, not much people
yeah,
knew it. So when I got home, I had already shared the news at home that, hey, I've got my visa, I feel like crying. So when I got home, like, they're all happy, hey, you're about to go
yeah,
to America. And then the following day, it was Friday. I got approved on Thursday. Friday evening, I got an email that my passport is ready for pickup. And I was scared because I was like, what if they didn't give you the visa or maybe the
yeah.
stamp will not be in it
The
because it's
brain
too
is
early?
always doing that. Yeah,
Yes. So I was scared. I was researching. Is it possible for you to be approved? And
yeah,
later, I was scared.
yeah,
But then I didn't get the visa that Friday because DHL had closed. When the Saturday, the following day Saturday, they said they don't work on Saturdays. And then
yeah.
went on
The
Monday.
anxiety. Chai.
Remember when I got the visa with my face on it?
Uh, so University of Charleston, did you
Yes,
know Ghanaians in the school before
great,
you applied to the
great.
school?
So I didn't know anyone there. It was one of
Mm,
my random applications. I was just shooting random applications.
okay.
So I didn't know anyone there. So I remember reaching out to the international admissions lady. And she said they have just 15 international students there, and none of them are from Africa.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
but then there was a student who graduated from the school. He was Ghanaian, but then he already lived in the US for about 19 years, since 2006. So he's a Ghanaian, but then it's like he's already here. So I reached out to him, and he was the one who actually gave me a place to stay for a month. I didn't know anyone, nothing. So he gave me a place to stay for a month, and then eventually I moved out, and then all that. So I didn't really know anyone in that school. No, it was a white school. Like, it's a predominantly white school.
So which
I
means
mean, West Virginia.
Which means he's the one who picked you up from the airport, right?
No. I didn't. Yes, we'll come back to that one. I didn't land at an airport in West Virginia. So I got on a train to West Virginia from New York because I couldn't afford the flight from Accra to West Virginia. So the flight to New York was just $900. So I got to New York rather, got a train which was 16 hours ride, 16 hours non-stop train to West Virginia, and then he met me at the train station, and then he picked me up. So I didn't get like a train to no.
So then he took you to his place.
Mm-hmm.
Were you staying
Yes.
You were staying with him, right? Or he
Yes, I
got
was
you the
staying.
place and okay.
No. So he had this whatever, I've forgotten the name, but that was where he used to have his TV and stuff. So he had this air mattress, and he had friends come over every day. So when his friends come over, they do whatever they do and they leave. I'll just inflate the air mattress, and then I'll sleep in that room. And then at the end of the day, in the morning, I'll deflate it because his friends will come around. And then I'll just hang around the house, roaming in the neighborhood. I still didn't process that I was in abroad. Like, I didn't believe I was abroad. For the first 3 days, I was like, no, I'm not abroad at all.
Yeah, a lot of times when you arrive in the US, even if you come and then there are challenges, you still don't really pay attention to those challenges because
Yes.
it's like more of gratitude than to complain about
Yeah,
stuff.
complete. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you moved out, didn't you move to an on-campus apartment?
Yes. So when I moved out, that was when I moved to the on-campus. So I stayed with him for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, almost a month. School started. I moved to my campus house, and no roommates for them. I never had a roommate when I was in West Virginia throughout. So apparently, the first roommate that I had, he canceled on me when he found out that I was from Africa. That's what they do.
Wow.
So he canceled on me, and then I didn't have a roommate for that semester. Next semester to no roommates. The next semester to I became a resident assistant, meaning you get your own room, no roommate and anything. So that was like the best thing ever. Not having a roommate. It's like so peaceful.
Yeah, you said
So peaceful.
the person canceled on you. Now I
Yes.
want to get into why you transferred from your former school.
Yes.
So
Okay. So
the first thing you mentioned that the food wasn't good. I watched your video and then you were talking about the food. You said you just finished fasting and this is the food you have. It was rice and
some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the not that the food was bad, but they didn't have any proper food. All their food were, American food, burgers. I didn't know how to eat any of the foods. It's like nothing. I'm from Ghana, straight up from Ghana.
Yeah.
No, I never ate Ghanaian food for more than a year. So it's like the food was so hard to eat. It had no salt, rice, no salt, no stew, nothing. Sometimes you'd be craving for Ghana food, and all they had was ketchup and fries. Like, no proper food at all.
Yeah.
So that was like the main reason. And then the second, I don't tell people, but people didn't like me in that school. I was.
Yeah, you mentioned that too.
I never, and the reason why they didn't like me was because of the things I was doing, being from Africa, and I wasn't talking to people too. So they thought I was weird. These people who tell you, oh, he's a weirdo. So people didn't like me at all, and I could see it's like I was very disliked in that school. Without doing anything, I was very disliked. I remember in a day, one time the entire school followed me on Instagram.
Yeah,
So it's one of them.
you said
Yeah.
about 300 people or so followed you.
Over 300 people, and imagine living in a school where they don't like you. It's like they all unfollowed you, meaning they had a meeting. It's like they were sharing information.
What happened?
So I didn't even know. When I realized that my followers had reduced, like, seriously. So I was like, what is happening? And then I realized that some people I followed, they weren't following me. These people in my school. And I'll check, they've unfollowed me. And then I'm like, I'll check another person. Yeah, those who unfollowed me. Another person had unfollowed me. And I'm like, And I checked my statistics. They said over 306 people had unfollowed you. And then I saw one person that I knew, I spoke to before. She had also unfollowed me. And I'm like, So I thought maybe it was an Instagram glitch, maybe automatically unfollows. So I met her in person and I asked her, can I ask you a question? She didn't even want to talk to me. It's like, I was annoyed. I didn't know what I had done. And I'm like, I realized that you unfollowed me on Instagram. What happened? And he said, yeah, it's a personal reason, but then mostly it's because of what people have been saying about the things you post. And I'm like, what do I post? He said, I make judgmental posts. Me, judgmental posts. So basically, the scriptures that I used to put, they said it was judgmental. So they all unfollowed me, and I think some of them too, it was jealousy because they never thought I was always traveling because of the guy I came to meet. I was always traveling with him. When he's going somewhere, I'll just sit in the car with him and I'll be taking videos. So they were so jealous, they were feeling intimidated, and they were just canceling me, unfollowing me, and everything. So it was very sad. Imagine the whole school didn't like you. And obviously, it takes them some amount of dislike for them to unfollow you. So imagine living in a school where you know clearly they don't like you. It was,
Yeah.
I suffered. Before transferring the past 4 months,
But
very
being,
difficult.
if people didn't like you, but you were
Mhm.
working in the school, wasn't that
Yes,
affecting your work?
miraculous. So I feel like yes, it affected it in so many ways. So I was a resident assistant, and resident assistant, you normally inspect people's rooms. So I never got to inspect people's rooms alone. I never did that because I thought they were going to lie on me, like they would
Mm.
frame me or something. Because they didn't like me. So I was always scared that if I'm inspecting people's room, I'll do it alone. So I would always go with an instructor. I never did it alone. I never talked to any girl in that school. Never DM'd anyone that let's hang out. Never. I remember staying in a room for 3 days non-stop one time. I never went out, nothing. I bought groceries, never went out of the room. I was just in bed because I was scared I would fall in trouble. Because these people just didn't like me. Like in an elevator, when I get into it, everyone will just fool themselves and be on their phone. And what did I do to these people? They will be so rude to me, talk to me anyhow. It was just like
Were there many blacks in the school?
no, I was no, there were black Americans. There was no one from Africa. No black Americans. There were only black Americans. No one from Africa, like Nigeria, nothing. So it was just me. So I think they used me for their diversity thing. It's like they
Yeah.
used me for their stuff because of diversity.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, I was their freshman senator, and they probably did it because of that diversity thing. And then the second year too, that was when people were threatening me that I was going to lose because they don't believe someone like me can lead. And that year, only two people passed the interview for the position, and then they needed just two people, and I also passed it. So automatically, they didn't need to vote for me. Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
Mhm.
But then I saw your video of, when you were
Mhm.
leaving, you spoke with some people and some of them were white. You
Yeah.
had some white
Oh,
friends.
yeah. Blake. Yeah. Blake is my very good friend. He wasn't a student, so he was my church
Oh,
mentor.
okay.
And he knew everything I was going through. I
Oh,
told him that
okay.
this is what I'm going through. He was the only person I knew, like, he's the nicest man. And he taught me how to drive. I had this female friend who taught me how to drive, but she was just shouting at me. Oh, in West Virginia, just shouting at me. I'm so dumb. Is that how to park? Like she was just shouting at me straight up. So I couldn't even learn to drive. And Blake was my mentor. So during my mentorship days, he would take me through the neighborhood and he'd be teaching me how to drive whilst talking to me about life. And I was telling him how difficult it was for me. I know he cares about me, but I can't live in West Virginia. I felt so limited because when I'm traveling, if I got a chance to go to the UN when I was in West Virginia, on two occasions they didn't allow me because I was a resident assistant. And those were times that would like been a big opportunity for me. But they didn't allow me. And even flying from West Virginia to New York, it was always expensive. And this was the dream I wanted to live. So eventually I had to leave. And I was getting certain dreams. People were texting me that they have a bad feeling about where I was. And it was true. I could just see it. That nothing, I felt something bad would have happened. And another thing I normally don't tell people is that a professor even showed me, he gave me an F in a course one time. He
Yeah,
said
I
I
think
used,
I
yeah,
saw
so
that.
he showed me. So, and it was always awkward. The feeling that he showed me had a huge impact on me because he's told all his departments, these people, they'll CC every department. They'll CC
Mm,
your advisor, they'll CC your coach, they'll carbon copy all these people in the
yeah.
email. So I was so shy every day. I was so ashamed. I'm in class with all these people who know that you've been failed in a particular class. So I remember he was teaching me two classes. He had failed me in the first class. And the second class, any assignments he gave me, I was so scared. And most of his assignments were writing. So I remember I would intentionally make grammatical errors in his essays. So when I'm typing, I will intentionally type the instead of just the, so that he would think, okay, he would see that I actually typed it myself. So I was always intentionally making mistakes in my essay. So he would think I didn't use AI or whatever. So it was very bad, always awkward in class with him. You are scared of him. You can't look at his face. When you even answer a question, they don't take it serious. They think you don't know anything. So I just had to leave. Everything showed I had to leave.
When
Mhm.
I heard you talk about those things, I
Yeah.
was confused. I was wondering, was it Africans mistreating you? Was it
Oh no, 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 no,
Black
no.
Americans? Was it your
Yeah.
colleagues?
The
Wow.
black Americans didn't also like me because they thought I was not being associated. These people, they think we don't like them. So
Mm,
when they see me, they act as if, well, if you don't talk to me, I don't talk to you. So when I talk to them and I greet them, they'll be like, yeah, what's up, bro? Like, but then when I don't talk to them, they act as if I'm supposed to talk to them because I came to
yeah.
meet them here and all that. So That one was also painful. And everywhere I go, there was attention on me. It's like when I entered the cafeteria, everyone was looking at me. It's like it
Wow.
was so awkward all the time. People were gossiping about me all the time. I remember I would enter the cafeteria, everyone would just think they'll be looking at me. And I'm like, bro. And it got to a
Eh.
point. It's when I went to West Virginia, and I had this very close friend of mine. She's called Aliyah, very nice lady. And people liked that girl so much. But then she also liked me as a friend. We were very close. So people hated me because she liked me. They thought maybe we were a thing. Not knowing she was the only friend I had in school. I didn't have any friends. She was the only person I could share my struggles with because she could relate with me. So when I was working with her, it pissed a lot of people off because they were hitting on her. And then she is with me, you from Africa. So it made everything worse. Like you could see how
Yeah.
they were looking at you, everything. It was so awkward.
That's a black American girl, right?
Yeah, yeah, Black
Alia.
American girl. Yes, yeah.
Uh,
Alien. She was a
wow.
very nice girl. She's still a very close friend of mine. Yeah, so we still talk.
So you decided that the
Mhm.
place wasn't good for you. You decided to leave.
After
Tell me about the process
mentally
of transferring. Yeah.
perfect. So it's even a year now. Around this time was when I started the transferring. So I even made a whole video how I started it. It's on my
Yeah,
YouTube.
I've watched
Yeah,
that video
yeah.
actually.
So
Yeah.
I started by finding the real state that I wanted to live in. Okay, I want a state closer to the UN because my goal was to get into the UN. And if not for UN, it should be a place I can fly to. A place that the flight would be like 50 something dollars, or I can
Yeah.
get a train. Worst case scenario, 4 hours train, 5 hours train. So I can just go there. So I just narrowed my searches to the places I wanted to live in. And then I started looking for schools in that particular state. And then I was calling them. For me, I was already here. So I'll just call them on phone that, hey, I'm coming from West Virginia transferring. And how much scholarship can I get with this amount of GPA? And then they'll tell me that, oh, okay, so you would actually be paying about 5,000 in fees. Oh, wait, you're an international student. I'm sorry. So you should be paying around 20,000 a semester. And I'm like, no. And I kept on searching, narrowing the search. And then I found my current school. I came to visit my school in person after I got admission, visited the school in person, came to check the housing, everything. No, I didn't check the house. I came to walk through the school and I'm like, okay, this is a place that I would like to be. And then during December, I remember the night before I was leaving, I didn't go out, nothing. I was just in a room because last days were dangerous. So the day came, midnight, everyone saw me packing my things. I'd resigned from my residence assistant. I was so ashamed, resigned from almost everything that I was in, I part of, sat in my Uber, went to the airport, and then I
You
was like, thank
left.
God, finally, I'd left.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
cry before you
I,
left? Like,
I used to cry almost every day. I was crying. I remember I visited my friend in California, and it was like the best therapy. It's like you are out of West Virginia to California. It's like I was away of from my problems, and I had to come back. And then coming back, people were already talking to me anyhow, looking at me anyhow. This girl, 18 years girl, disrespected me so much one time, and I still think about it, and I'm like, wow. She spoke to me as if like she gave birth to me. And I was
wow.
like, damn, like these people are so disrespectful. She addressed me from head to toe. So
So
it
the
was very
transfer
tough.
process,
Mhm.
you told you got admission to a
Yeah.
new school.
So I got admission and also had another issue with my school. They didn't want me to transfer, so they were trying to
Wow.
sabotage me with so many things. Fees, they were trying to pile some fees that I wasn't supposed to pay just to keep me. Because if you don't pay your fee, they don't transfer, you don't
Yeah.
release your service.
Yeah.
So eventually I gathered money, paid their money to them, and then they released me after I got admission. And then I was very good with the international admissions officer. She knew me so much. And I was always going to her to tell her my problems and everything. So she was like, oh, I understand you. But then the financial aid office were always misbehaving with me. Like, no, we are going to take this money from you because you are transferred, a whole lot of things. But eventually, we made it happen and then they released me.
Wow. When you transferred, so you were in your second year when you transferred, right? And you went
No,
to your
third year.
third. You were
Yeah,
in your
so
third year.
I'm actually doing 6 semesters in total. So I had done 3 semesters there. Yes, 3 semesters. So I did like 1.5 years.
So when
Yeah.
you came to the US, you joined
Mhm.
at the
Sports
second year, first year. You joined as as a freshman.
freshman, yes, freshman.
Okay, so freshman, how
Mhm.
come you had to do six? How come you are supposed
No,
to do 6 semesters? Yeah.
no. So I'm piling my credits. I piled my credits, and my school had
Okay.
this great program where you can take summer classes for free. So
Okay.
you can take one summer class
Oh.
for free. So they approved me, and I started one summer class in Ghana. So when I came here, I already had 3 credits ahead. So I started doing 6 credits a semester, uh,
Ah.
6 classes, 7 classes, just
Wow.
piling. I don't let people know when I'm going to graduate, but maybe I don't know, maybe next year, maybe this year. I don't know for now. So
So
I'm still on it.
yeah. So
Mhm.
when you went to um your new school, you joined it
Uh-huh.
at the fourth year, right? As a
Semester,
senior,
yes. Yes. No, no, as a junior.
as a
As a junior.
junior. That
Yes.
junior, that is third year, right?
Yes, third year.
Third year. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. This thing, it's not easy. Oh.
It's not easy.
People see you. You are smiling. You are sharing
The,
things.
the things we go through here,
Yeah.
we go through a lot. Like
Yeah.
every time there's something to worry about.
People. People don't understand though. That's why it is
Mm,
important that at least when you're coming with good funding, you can save
yes.
yourself from all of the other things because
All
there
this
are so
struggle,
many
yes.
other things that we struggle with.
Yes,
So
or it
many
will come
different
up.
things.
There are so many things that will come up. And
Yeah.
if you come in, you are not financially, you don't have a strong
That that
financial
that
background.
that's brutal.
Money is
Like,
everything here. Money is everything here.
man.
Uber, they don't know they don't know that you don't have money. All they
Yeah.
need is you have to get money. And you
Yeah.
are fresh, you don't get credit card, nothing yet until you get a social security.
Yeah. So by
Until you get a
your
social
case,
security.
I am wondering
Mhm.
why didn't you move to an off-campus apartment? Because that would have saved you from so many of these
Nah,
things.
I didn't have a car too in West Virginia and getting an Uber every day. Nah, nah, nah. I
That
just
was going
didn't.
to be
That
expensive.
that
Yeah.
school was just not for me. Like
Mm.
I wasn't going to make it there. And
Wow.
people saw me. They were like, "Oh, you are always on their school's websites." They didn't know these people how they play. They don't know how they act. So they thought maybe because I was always happy, smiling,
So
meaning
they were posting on their website.
because of their probably
That
for diversity purposes.
diversity, yeah.
Yes, because
Everybody
it's like,
everybody is selfish, right? So everybody,
yes, yes.
yeah. If you
They
don't
were
see it
using.
well, you might
Mhm.
misread some of these things.
Yes, they are using it for what they want.
This thing.
Mm,
But
mm,
I want to understand your academic
mm-hmm.
journey. So
Jenny,
did
yeah.
you struggle academically? I know you mentioned the
Mm-hmm.
receipts because of
Yes,
the professor and everything, but then did
yes.
you struggle in other courses?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm asking this is
Mm-hmm.
that you were taking more courses than you should have.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
did it impact you academically?
Yeah. So the courses I was taking every semester, I think I was taking 4 classes in person and then 2 online. And if it's online, it's not hard. I've never
Okay.
seen an online class that was hard. So I didn't really struggle academically, but then my GPA was a 2.7. The first semester it was a 2.0 because I was just doing one class. I wasn't serious at all. And it was it still hurts me to today that I could have gotten a 4.0, but I wasn't doing the assignment. I wasn't serious. So I
Yeah.
had a 79, which was a C, and then I had a 2.0. So the next semester too, I wasn't serious because I started TikTok and there was so much pressure on me.
That's
Every day DMs, the
that's
DMs that I was getting, it's like it wasn't easy. And I was always on my phone because I wanted to please people and reply to them. So in
same
class,
here.
though I'll be in class, I'll
But
be
I've
replying.
stopped.
I
Yeah.
will be in class and I'll be replying to DMs, and the professor will be
Yeah.
teaching, giving assignments. I'll not be listening. So
Yeah.
I'll end up missing the assignment. I was always on my phone. I'll be on TikTok live instead of doing my homework. So the first semester I had a 2.73, and I'm like, hell no.
Sorry.
I'm not going to mind TikTok X again. And then from that day I stopped misbehaving on TikTok. I stopped being active on TikTok. I was only posting when I felt like posting. I didn't feel
Yeah.
it was mandatory because first of all, the people didn't really care about me so much.
Yeah.
I remember going off TikTok for a month and no one checked up on me. No
Yeah.
single person reached out
That's
to
how
me
it
that
is.
yes. So it was
Yeah.
like very painful. Like no one checked up on me, nothing. And I realized that these people don't care about me. So let me just do what I
Yeah.
was meant to do. If
Yeah.
I'm able to help,
Certain things you
mhm,
do them because you are passionate to do them. Like
yes,
you want to
mhm,
help, so you
yes,
try to do it. The problem
mhm,
with us is that sometimes
you
we
overdo.
overdo things. Everybody who
Mhm.
reaches out, like I used to respond to every comment, every
For me,
message in the comment, every message
I
in my
stopped.
DM. But right
I
now,
st-
I don't have
I
the time
stopped
for those
with the
things at
DMs.
all.
Right now, if you DM me, I have this automated message that says go straight to the point because people will DM me with hi, hello. If
Yeah.
you don't
What
respond, they
is
think you
hi,
are rude.
hello? Yeah.
If you text me with hi, hello, how are you doing? I just reply with a thumbs up. I don't talk much because at first I used to feel bad that maybe they would think I'm rude.
Yeah.
But right now, if you text me with hello, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Me, I come to waste my time
Yeah.
because you just want to just waste my time. They'll
Yeah.
just say hello, hi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'll just reply with thumbs up because your mental health means a lot to you. It should mean
Yeah.
a lot to you.
Yeah, they don't
Yes.
understand. Some of them,
Mhm.
they don't know that before they reached out, 100 people have
Yes.
reached out already.
Already, like thousands
So
of
they don't
people.
see it like that. They think
Yes.
they are entitled to
Yes. Yes.
answers or
And
replies
they'll be
from
like,
us. Like,
please reply me. Please reply me. And I'm like, and the things they'll ask you are things you can Google. Like
yeah,
things you can basically Google.
yeah,
Please, can you give me a list of schools that offer full
Yeah.
funding? And I'm like, what the heck? Like, am I
Yeah.
robot? Like,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, they are not specific.
Yeah.
Okay, let's assume I'm going to search for the schools with full funding. I don't even know the program. I don't even know
Yeah.
anything about you. I
Exactly.
should just
Yeah.
go and find it. So I don't
Yeah.
really pay
It
attention.
doesn't.
Meaning,
They don't- they refuse to learn
mhm,
how the process
yes,
works, and some of them they are so
yes,
vulnerable. They think that oh,
yes,
somebody in the US cannot scam them, but people are scamming
yes,
them. They don't know.
yes. They don't know at all.
Like
And funny thing is that they are willing to just waste your time. Like they'll just come to you to waste your time. They do it
yeah,
intentionally. Some
yeah,
people will say hi because they say, "Oh, I didn't think you were going to reply." And I'm like, "So why did you even text in the first place?" And then they will be like, "Oh, you are too
yeah.
no. You don't even
Then
reply to DMs." Like
yeah. Meanwhile, they will do worse things. So if they get this opportunity, they
they
will
go
not even care
underneath
about
it,
anybody. Yeah,
bro. They will not even care. No, no, no. It's not
yeah.
easy for because I've helped a lot of people, and they'll be like, "Oh, when I get here, I'll look for her." They don't even look for me. Like I've helped
Exactly. This fall,
a lot.
this fall.
Yes,
The people,
me
the things
too.
that
Mm.
the things that
So
I
you
need for
realize that
people,
I stopped making videos. I stopped making videos about guys. I stopped making videos about schools because they'll look through the process, get their visa. Bro, I'm going for my interview. You spend time with them on the phone, mock session. They get here.
yeah,
They'll not even text you. Recently,
yeah,
someone raised out to me that she wanted to join the US. She wanted me to help her to the UN. And then someone that I didn't even know had come to the US after the last time I spoke to her was her visa interview.
yeah,
She never came back to me whether
yeah,
she got a visa or not. All I knew
yeah,
was that she was in the US. And I'm like,
yeah,
so you are coming to me for help. Okay, let's see. They will not reach out to you. They will not
yeah,
even text you, nothing, unless they are in trouble with their
yeah,
fees or something and they need help. That is when they will call you.
yeah. The number of
Mm.
people that I can cite who
Yes,
even came this
yes.
fall. Like I
Mm.
just don't
A lot.
understand how people can be like that. You
Forgetful,
know,
yeah.
some of them they will reach out to me at the end of the semester.
A semester,
When
yes,
they
they are in
wanna
trouble. When they are in
like
trouble, when they need
why?
something.
Why are people like that? The
People
way
are
they will
so
come,
funny.
please, if you don't help me, I can't
Mhm.
come make my dream come true. This,
Yes.
that. Like
I'll never forget you.
I'll never
Oh,
forget
God
you.
bless
They'll
you. Once
forget
they get
it.
here, I'm telling you, once they get here, once they get here, they'll
Yeah.
forget. That's when I stop making videos about study abroad. I'm going to make because if I stop making study abroad, my DMs will reduce and I'll get
Yeah.
peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the only person making this kind of videos. So why would you
Yeah.
be pressuring me?
And
No.
the thing is that you've actually made videos about some of these things.
These things are like
So
basically you can see. They just
yeah,
want you
if you
to.
are serious, if you
Mhm.
are serious, all these videos they are there.
Are already there. Yeah.
We've
And
covered
that is when
everything. You just watch them and you know
you watch
everything you
them.
need to know.
The
But they don't
funny
want to
thing
do
is that
that.
funny thing is that when someone texts me, I can know they are serious or not based on the question you
Me
ask.
too.
So if someone asks about, please,
Yes.
please use schools are easy to get admission, I know the person
Yeah.
will not do it. They are not
Yeah.
going to apply. But
Yeah.
when someone asks that, please, with the I-20, it's like these are people who are actually
Specific
on it. They
questions.
are
Yeah.
not.
You
Yes.
can tell who is
People who are
serious.
specific,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Some
Very
people are
easy.
serious.
Yeah.
Some people are just wasting your time.
Yeah. Let's talk about
Mm.
your worst
Mm.
experiences in the US.
Yes.
So when you arrive in in the
Hmm.
US in New York, your
Slept by
obsession
the,
with New
yeah,
York. So you left your bags at the train station.
2 times.
So did you like pick a taxi to
Mhm.
Times Square?
Yeah. Okay. So what happened is when I got to JFK, I was reading the map, the train tickets in paper. So I was
Okay.
just asking people that I'm going to this train station, where should I go? And they were just pointing, get this train, get this train. So I sat on the train from the airport. So JFK is very big. So they got me from the airport through the trains and they were asking, they told me that get to Jamaica. I get to Jamaica, get to this place, and then you get to Penn
Yeah.
Station. So throughout the train, they weren't asking for money, nothing. And I'm like, America to train is free, like this beautiful train. So not knowing that over in New York, when you are getting out of the train station, that is when you pay. You don't pay inside the train. So when you are
Mhm.
coming out, that is when you pay. And the only money I came to the US with was $100, $100 bill. So I didn't know how to pay cash. They said I needed to buy a card, and when I was buying the card, they said there was no change. They needed smaller bills. Me too, I can't go out of the train station to get a smaller bill. So I'll try asking people for $2, and they were all acting rude. New York people are so rude; they don't care about you. So I'm
Yeah.
like, please, I need. They were like, no, 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 no. Like, bro, so who do I ask? So I stood in the train station for more than 30 minutes. I didn't know what to do, and I saw this guy by the other side of the train station. And I asked him to change the money for me into smaller bills. So he changed it, and then he gave me smaller notes, and I got a train ticket, swiped it, and I came out of the train station, and eventually went to look for where I was supposed to wait for my train for the next day. So first day, when I got here and I left my bag, I walked to Times Square. From Penn Station is I think 42nd Street or 44th Street, Penn Station, and then Times Square is I think 40 something. So I walked there about 40 minutes walk. I was just walking, asking people, please, where is Times Square? I got to Times Square,
Yeah.
so is this the Times Square people have been talking?
So you left your things there, and then you said you went
Mm,
back. When you went back,
the
the
police had
police. Yeah.
the K9 units, they had surrounded it with their dogs sniffing it. And they were like, who is this? They had let everyone come out of the train station. So it was very serious. So they asked, and I'm like, please, it's for me. And they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Ghana. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm waiting for my train. I went to Times Square. And they're like, do I have an ID on you? And I had two passports, my old passport and my new passport with a visa. So I was looking for the one with the visa. I wasn't finding it. Hey. And they said I should bring that passport. I should just bring that one. So I picked the passports, they opened it, and then they
Wow.
took a picture of my ID. And they said, we don't do that here in the US, okay? And I was like, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And everyone was cussing at me. Everyone was looking at me, man, what is wrong with you? And I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there. I didn't stand up for my bag again. Sat by it around 11 p.m. They said the train station is closing, so everyone has to go out. They open at 4 a.m. And then I didn't know where to stay. And that
Hmm.
is when I slept by the station. Funny thing is, my cousins were living like 15 minutes from the train station. They didn't talk to me. They didn't say anything to me.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, they were watching my story. They know I was in America. They didn't care.
Yeah. It is what it is. This is
They didn't care at all.
one of those things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. About the the behavior of those people not wanting to
Mm-hmm.
give you the change, right?
Yes.
Uh. So what the system in America, the way it is like everybody is trying to avoid trouble.
Trouble, yes.
So sometimes people will not treat you nicely just because
Yes.
they are
They
trying
are
to avoid
scared of
trouble.
trouble, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember when I came to the US, uh when I in Ohio University, we used to
Mm-hmm.
work on campus. There was this
Mm-hmm.
school canteen, so we
Mm-hmm.
used to do like dishwashing stuff,
Yes.
and the they will bring a lot of food that we're supposed to trash them. So
Mm-hmm.
much food, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, why are you throwing away all these foods, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then if they give it to you and you eat and something happens, you can
Yes. They
you
will be in
can
trouble. Yes.
yes,
When they
you
run
can take them
autopsy
to
on you,
court. Yeah.
yes.
So for them to avoid somebody be suing them or something, it's better for
That's
them to
something.
throw it away. Which is,
Yes.
if you think about it,
Very
but this
valid.
is
Very valid.
this life. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
bad people who make good people become bad, right? If you think about it.
They're already staying out of trouble.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then also you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned giving your bank account details. Listen, I think
Yes.
I've seen this on TikTok as well, but I saw
Mm,
it on YouTube too.
yeah. The bank account issue. Even this morning, I was watching this before even when I spoke to a lawyer yesterday and I was explaining how in future I don't want to be in trouble because sometimes I get scared that if those people get arrested, they'll definitely say that I was part and all those. And I mean, I tell people that I'm willing to snitch on people when it gets serious because I
Yeah.
wasn't supporting them. I never made a 10 pesos, nothing. The fact that I didn't even make any money off it was what hurt me. So it's
Yeah.
like I threw $6,000 away. I dashed someone $6,000. So it was one of the painful moments here.
Is it
And it took me
2,000 or 6,000?
it was $6,000 because $2,000 was for the Wells Fargo, my Zelle account. So they
Yeah.
closed my Zelle account, $2,000. Someone pressed chargebacks on my PayPal, which also another
Oh
$2,400 or
wow.
so. Yes, Cash App also.
Ha.
It was like, and it happened like, it felt like some attack. It happened in the space of 1 week. Zelle closed my
Tell me
account.
exactly what happened in that story.
So, so I wouldn't mention the gender, but
Yeah.
this particular person was always sending me money. He or she was in the UK, and I had helped them to come here on their visa, so they had trusted me. So the person was like, I should keep their money for them when they come here, $2,000. No, I'm okay, sure. Kept the money for more than 2 months. The person never asked me. The money was still with me intact. And then the person told me to send the money through Bitcoin for him or her. And then I sent it to Bitcoin. I didn't know about Bitcoin. I don't know Bitcoin that much. So I sent the money through Bitcoin and then the person said, okay, no problem. The next time the person asked me if I had Zelle because he or she had not opened a bank account. And I'm like, well, okay, yeah, I have Zelle. And the person made me receive money about $500 the first time. And I said, okay, sure. And I'll just send it through Bitcoin, the same Cash App Bitcoin thing. And then I'll just send it. And the person was always giving me a different wallet, that numbers, plenty numbers, think wallet, yes. And I'm like, okay, maybe the person said they are running a business. So it became like nonstop every day, $500. Today, it got to a point I had $12,000 in my account, over 12,000 or
Wow.
$15,000 in my Cash App. I still have screenshots of it. And it was more than 2 months. And I was very broke at that time. I didn't have money. On campus wasn't helping. I could have touched the money, but I'm like, no, I'll keep the money for the person. The person worked hard for their money. I didn't even ask them. I've never asked anyone money since I came here. So I was just there. And the person will be like, I should keep sending the money. Like the limit for Cash App a day was I think $3,000. So sometimes the person let me send it through Tap Tap, and then Tap Tap 2 was having a limit of $3,000. So Tap Tap would be full, Cash App would be full, limits everywhere was full. So I was just there one time. I've sent the money, everything to the person, and I woke up one morning. I checked my Zelle, I was using Chase Bank.
Yeah.
I checked my bank. I had $400 or so. My bank had to run to negative $1,999. I'm like, maybe it's a glitch or something. And then the following day it goes to positive $2,800. And I'm like, and then it comes back again to 1,000 something, 700 and something. I still have screenshot of everything. I'm like, what is happening? And then it moves again to 2,000 something, something. And then I said, let me go to the bank. Maybe they are having, maybe something is happening. I go to the bank. They said they are going to run a check on my account, blah, blah, blah. And I had a very great relationship with the account manager. She knew me. She dated a Ghanaian before, so she respected me so much. So she said they were going to run a check on my account. And then when I was sitting there, they came back to me. They said, they're going to tell me the truth, but am I into scamming? Like, do I scam people with my account?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. And I immediately look back to see if police were behind me. At that time, my soul left my body. And I'm like, I've never scammed anyone before. I don't know how to do scamming. And we're like, so your account has been flagged for fraudulent activities and the person has reported. And I'm like, and my brain never went to the person. Like, never did I think it was that person. Never. So I think maybe, what is happening? So they are going to run a test on my account, blah, blah, blah. So they are going to contact me and something. I was just thinking, like, what happened to my account? Me, I don't scam people. So when they ran the negative, when I woke up and my account had gone to negative, I called and they said they've taken the money back. So now they are giving me 30 days to pay the money. They'll take me to collections. And which I was scared. I'm fresh here. And then I was just there. I get 3 emails nonstop. First email, chargeback, $720 PayPal. It came like boom, 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 3 emails, chargebacks, 720, 920, 420 PayPal. And they said someone has pressed a chargeback because of undelivered goods or something. So if I can prove that I fulfilled the order, they will recharge the money. I'm like, what is happening? I opened Cash App some hours later. They said your account is being closed in some few days or something because it's been tagged for fraudulent activities. And then they close the account. I create a new Cash App, they'll close it. Create a new Cash App, they'll close it. And I'm like, So all this while, the person too knew it all. And the person told me that when they check normally when they close your account, they'll check the money to you. So Cash App, fortunately, Cash App sent me a check because of the balance in it. So they sent me the balance by check, and the person made me cash it and then mail it to them in cash. I didn't understand it. I was so dumb. I'm very smart, but I was so dumb during those people because
if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, the person was so innocent. The person was so nice to me, smooth. Oh, and I asked the person which business, and they'll be talking about business ideas with me, supporting my content. And I'm like, this person will never do that. So I was just there, and then I learned that you can run checks on your bank account. Like you can run a background check on your transactions and stuff. So I ran a background check, and lo and behold, there were more than 50 transactions that has been flagged as fraudulent. There's this caution signed by it. So the names of those transactions were the monies that I received on behalf of that person. And I'm like, So all this while, this person is into it. And funny enough, some days later, I think the person fought with some of her business people in Ghana. So one person DM'd me on LinkedIn some time back, warning me about that person, but I didn't see the message. So the person sent me a message again that I should be careful about that person because the person is a very dangerous person and he knows that person has been using our account a lot. So the person likes me so much. He just wants me to be careful. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now I didn't know how the person was going to pay the money because if I do pay the money, it will be something else. So I needed to find a way. Either I'll tell the person I have a new bank account, so you can send me more money now. That was the initial plan. And I told her that I told him or her that I'm going to open a new bank account so you can send more transactions. And she was like, he or she, what am I saying she? Okay, he or she, whatever. So the person said that he's going to send like more money with the new account. So I sent the details to the person, thinking it was going to cover this thing. So unfortunately, the person texted them that no, they said they will not send the money to me again. And then I didn't know how to tell them that the account has been flagged. I was scared of people. I was scared the person was going to be mad at me and so many things. And then I just mustered courage and I said, hey, my account has run negative. They said the transactions were the ones I sent you. He said, no, I beg you. It wasn't you. Please, I beg you. I'm like, hey, this were monies I sent to you. Like the person said, please, I beg you. You've been giving account to people, so go and ask them. Like, what? I was so shocked. Banks were sending me email. Hey, Banks were sending me email from that day. Every money that I'm in America, I'm in debt like this. I was so scared. Banks were sending me mails, paper mails, final notice. Hey! So every money that I made was going to the account. When the school pays me, automatically reduce it, goes into the account and they take the money out. Everything that I was making was going to them. Every money. If I do something for someone and the person pays me, just every money. And then I had to depend on my credit cards. So I had to open over 2 different credit cards because the limits were like $500, $1,500. Like I was getting credit cards without even paying them because that was what I could survive on. I wasn't having any source of income again. This person watched me pay this money.
Wow.
So it was very sad. One of my worst moments since I came
So
here.
the person was in the UK
Mhm.
doing that, or
you,
the person was in the
he
US?
was in the person was in the UK doing all that, and
Uh,
I applied to schools for them, and they came here. So they tested me by letting me keep that $2,000 to see if like I was able to spend it, like just to test if we could be good business partners, and it worked. It was so serious. So I've been trying to talk to some lawyers to see if, in case I'm in trouble, nothing
huh,
will happen to me. So I keep telling people that they should be careful when you come here. Our people, they have nothing to lose. We
yeah,
have everything to lose.
yeah.
Hmm.
I've
We,
seen you. Yeah, you advise people,
mhm,
but the thing is,
mhm.
for some people,
Greed.
if they don't go through it themselves,
They don't go through, they will not learn.
they will not. Yeah,
Hmm.
they will not
The
learn
greed,
from
the greed
their
is part.
experience.
Understand? As an international student, you need money so badly, and you see people who are doing this or bad things, and you want to
Yeah.
just, do it and get the money. So
For
it's
me,
greed.
yeah, for me, being an economic student, I know
Hmm.
that there is no free lunch. Nobody gives you anything
Yes,
for free.
for free, yes.
So when I see something that is shiny, I'm like,
Hmm.
no, 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 no. So
You
that's
are the
why,
product.
yeah, that's
You
why
are the
I,
product.
I am always telling people when it
Hmm.
comes to these free applications, for undergraduate students, it's different, but for
Yes.
master's, PhD, if you
Hmm.
see all these free applications and you're applying, some of the schools, they are
Hmm.
using you to, reduce the
Hmm.
acceptance rate. Some
Acceptance
of the
rate,
big schools,
yes.
that's what they do.
They
And
are
also
doing
for some of the small schools, they give you those application fee waivers so that
yes.
they can have like an international community and
Community,
all
yes.
these things. So
They have their
everybody
plan
is motivated.
to do something,
Why
yes.
would they give you free application fee? And some of
Hmm.
them too, they will give it because they are looking for the best students.
The best of yes.
Are you the best students? What is your
Hmm.
GP? You have
Yes.
3.0. You are
Hmm.
chasing free application.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, if you go and then they give you, let's say, funding of 10,000 with a deficit of 30,000, that one you
Yes.
look for money to process the
Money to
visa,
get
go
processed,
and be
yes.
denied. That
Yes.
one there you can do.
You can do it. Yeah. These people,
They will
so
understand. Oh,
if the
Charlie.
money is coming for free, just know that you are in America, you are the first person. America, everyone has your address. The government
Yeah,
has your address.
yeah,
When I recently traveled, no one knows the address that I stay in. When I recently traveled outside the country, when I
yeah.
came and they entered, I've never used my address on my license, nothing. It's like an anonymous address that I use.
Mm.
I've never used for anything. And then the lady at the port of entry said, I can see your name, your address should be this. And I'm like, what? How did they get it? And I asked them, they were
Wow.
like, oh, don't worry about that. So later I researched, they said, even when you order stuffs, your address, they can give it to the government. So
Mm.
everyone knows it's easy for them to find you. They can track you
Yeah,
easily. When you come here, don't let greed lead you to making some bad financial decisions.
yeah,
And I've told those people that when I get in trouble, I'll snitch on them. I'll mention their name. I
yeah,
told them clearly that I'm not scared. When it comes, I'll mention their name
yeah,
clearly because I haven't done anything wrong. I've not scammed anyone before.
yeah.
So I'll mention their name.
Diplomacy
Hmm.
is more like a good side or a good thing. So
Yes.
let's get
Hmm.
into diplomacy.
Great.
Your speeches
Hmm.
at the UN, the conferences you
Yeah.
attend. Tell me about
Hmm.
when all of those things came about and what the process is like.
Yeah. So getting into the UN, first of all, is very difficult, to be honest.
Mm,
Like, it's very difficult until you keep doing it like nonstop and you'll be like, okay, it's not even big. But then to even get an opportunity to attend an event, because these
yeah.
people are so strict, like to even get into the UN building, you have to go through security, they'll set you and all
Mm,
that. So I never thought I was able to make it to the UN. Never.
yeah.
I knew I was going to go to the UN, but I didn't think it was that fast. So in one of my YouTube videos in 2023, I was vlogging around the UN building. I was walking past the building and I mentioned it in the vlog that this is where I'll be one day in some few days, some few years to come. This is where I'll
Yeah.
be. I didn't think it was going to come this fast, nothing.
Mm,
So one time I was in this WhatsApp group, and because I go to New York all the time, I had friends there. I thought maybe New York, I know New York. So this random person in the group, I never saw that person. The person posted that, please, who lives in New York? It's quite urgent. And I'm like, okay, maybe let me see what the person is because I've been to New York so many
Yeah.
times. So I DM'd the person without knowing the gender, whether male or female, offering to help. And the person said they are attending the conference at the United Nations and they needed a place to stay. And I'm like, wait, United Nations? And this is a place I was manifesting for the past few weeks.
Mm.
Like, I'll be at the UN, I want to be at the UN, imagining myself there and everything.
Yeah.
So I said UN building itself. She said, yes, the headquarters. And I'm like, wait. Please, can I call you, please? And the person said, okay, sure. I called the person and the person explained to me that she's been selected to represent her organization, like it's a big NGO. And I'm like, please, can you get me on there? Like, and she was like, what do you do? Do you have something like a philanthropy? And I'm like, no, but I write books, I do social media and stuff. And she was like, okay, let her ask her manager first. And then she asked the manager, and then the manager reached out to me by email. They went to my social media pages and were like, okay, they'll give me a chance to represent be part of their team. And I'm like, so does it mean I'll be at the UN building? They said yes. Where would they do the conference? Inside the General Assembly, she said yes. And I'm like, no, this is a joke. A few minutes later, I get an email with a ticket to the UN building itself, and then followed flights booked from West Virginia to New York. And I'm like, maybe it's a dream. Like, this is a dream. I've not seen the person in person before. And then the D-Day came. I flew to New York. I went to stay with a friend who lives in New York. Got there, and we made it to the UN itself. Went through security, and I got into the building itself. And I'm like, wow,
Finally.
6 months in the US, and I'm at the UN. Like, this is where presidents sit. And that is the post I made, and people were insulting me that I'm sitting on the seat where presidents were sitting on. Like, it was just a random joke. People were insulting me, villager, you are not the
Yeah.
first, blah, blah, blah.
Human
So
beings. Yeah. It's just.
when I made it to the UN, I made my goal. I didn't know how I was going to come there again because
Yeah.
this was like a one-time opportunity. So I said, okay, let me be friends with people who are already in the UN. So when I see people speaking on the stage, when they leave the stage, I'll go to them and I'll talk to them and I'll give them my book and I'll like be friends with them. I'll try and be friends with them. That, hey, can I get your contact? Like those
Yeah.
things. I needed a way to come back. So that was the best thing that I did. Me connecting with the people who were already in the UN
Wow.
was what changed the whole thing. So after the event, I'll be reaching out to them and I'll tell them that if there's an event at the UN, they should please put me on. That was the only thing. So any events that came up, they'll just text me, hey, would you be down? Would you be in New York around that time? Oh, no, don't worry, I'll be able to attend. So any event I go, I just try to be friends with people who are into the
Nice.
UN. So they'll just keep on. So the first blessing was me getting there. And the person who connected me, I don't have her, I don't know where the person is now. I don't know her Instagram, nothing. The person has just disappeared. So from that time, any event I'll go, they'll invite me. Oh, come, you can come. Oh, there's this event. It's going to be 3 weeks, 3 days. Can you make it? Like, sure. Like a lot of events. And then this year was what really skyrocketed everything because I went for this event called ECOSOC. It's like one of the largest youth events at the UN, Economic, Social Council, whatever. So we went for that one and I connected with a lot of people. I networked with so many people. So one of them was a very popular woman in Ghana. She's called Maridi here. I don't know if you've seen her before. She's very big on LinkedIn. So I met her. She's also from Ghana. She's in Canada. And then she was sitting by me. So when she was sitting by me, she was about to give a speech. And then she told me that when she's speaking, I should record her while she's speaking.
Yeah.
And then I made a video. It was in my vlog and I was laughing at her. So when I recorded the video, I gave her my book and then we spoke. And she told me that we'll talk later. So when we talked, she became very close to me, like she was a very close friend of mine. And then I was just there some days later. She called me WhatsApp urgently, and I'm like, what's up? And he said, Sam, I'm going to put someone on the line. She has an opportunity for you. And then I'm like, okay, no problem. He put the person on the line, and it's a doctor, a professor in Canada, one of the universities. And he said, oh, her name is this. She's heard a lot about me from that lady, and she wants me to represent her organization or foundation in Spain.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, it's not true.
Maybe
I'm dreaming. Like, Spain, like how? Like, I'm an international student. What if I go and they don't ask me, hey, Spain? And I've also wanted to, this year I wrote it in my diary that I'll apply for a Schengen visa because I just wanted to get it. And I'm like, what? And he said, no, so we are going to brief you in some few days to come. Just send your email, blah, blah, blah. So that was the call, 5 seconds call. And then the lady said I should keep her posted. Few days later, she sends me an email of everything. They submit my information to the UN. The UN sent me a letter, official letter, to attend the conference in Spain. Everything, even the visa, I didn't have to apply. We had to just go there and they expedite out. My visa took 2 days. I made a vlog about it. The visa took 2 days. We didn't pay for anything, like nothing. So we went there. They got the visa done in 2 days. And I'm like, how? Flight was booked. I'm going to Spain. Like, I was like, how is this possible? And then they posted me on their page that I'm representing them. They selected just 8 people. I'm representing them to in a several conference. And I always had this feeling of not being anything better. So I thought that maybe something that they selected me, I mean, it won't be any proper event. If they selected me, it won't be any proper event. So we got to the Spain. I got the France route because the flight was messed up. So I went to France first, and I got to the Eiffel Tower, and then later went back to the airport, went to Spain. We got to Spain. The following day, the event was starting. We had our meeting, our team meeting. The following day, the event was starting. And that morning, I get an email that there were presidents around. Security was so tight because presidents of Spain, almost like the top presidents, France, all these European leaders were there. Senegal's president, like a lot of presidents were there. So they were just going to select a few people, about 200 people, out of the thousands of people that were there, because they were all diplomats, top diplomats. And if you are getting this, meaning you've been selected. So go to a particular room for a badge, a specialized badge. I was sitting in the room and I was crying. And I'm like, maybe is this a dream? I was like, I thought maybe I'm dreaming. And I was texting the lady that, God bless you so much for helping me come here. Like, I was texting every second that you are my angel. Like, those things, like, I can't believe I'm going to sit in the room of president. I was so confused. And then the time came, we went into the room. Right in front of me, the left side, like my top right, but I could just touch him, was the Prime Minister of Ukraine, not the president. They are the Prime Minister. Prime Minister of Ukraine. Left side was Finance Minister for Nigeria. Right here was this minister for this, Vice President of Cape Verde, President of this, President of that. Like, I'm like, what is happening? The next day, they said we have a meeting with the ambassador of Canada to Spain. Met him. He liked me so much because my book was in French and I gave him the French book and he liked the book so much. So we became very friends. Still, today we are friends. He says anytime I need his help, she reach out. Like, so I was so confused. So that was when it became very intense. When people saw I had gone to Spain for this UN thing, that was when more organizations were reaching out to me. Like, hey, we'd like to work with you. If you are going for an event at the UN, we'd like you to be a part of our team. So what happens is the UN is more of an organizational meeting. It's not an individual. So when organizations come together to deliberate about a certain issue, they need delegates to represent them. So people want delegates who are like very vibrant, active and stuff. So more organizations were always reaching out to me. And then I started putting my friends on. And of course, human beings, some became better. I'm not talking to some people because they became jealous and they started being some people that I got them to the UN, they don't talk to me, like a lot of them. So I was putting a lot of people on, like a lot. I've put more than 10 people in the UN. So they'll come to me that, bro, I'm in the US, so I want to be in the UN. And I'll just get their email and I'll send it to maybe one organization that wants me. And I'll be like, I want this person to represent me. And then they'll just accept them. We'll go to the UN together because me going alone wasn't fun. Imagine going to a place where they're all Europeans, no Ghanaian. So I got a lot of people. I remember one of our meetings in the car, we were about 6 of us from Ghana. And I got all of them through it. And I'm like, wow. Some people started getting jealous when you get opportunity and they don't get it. When you get selected to speak on an issue and they don't get selected, it's like they start getting jealous, they start acting some way. Yeah, one lady recently, she's blocked me everywhere because she got what she wants and she's doing whatever she's doing. So going to the UN and then, that is what it's very sad. I had this friend, he keeps telling that I shouldn't let it bother me because in that field, that is its competition, unnecessary competition and all that. So the organization gets you to represent them. When they see the things you are doing, they'll just have you represent them and then you have to build your connections to keep staying there. Yeah.
So with all of these events, who foots the bill? Are you the one?
Most of them, the organizations, if they have money, they'll pay it. Some organizations even pay you based off the number of days you spend. Some people will pay you as much as $120 per day if you stay at the event because you are making reports, you are speaking on behalf of them. It's like you're a delegate from Ghana and you're presenting them outside. So it's like they really pay most of them for you. But I've not had an organization that has paid everything. The most I've had is flights and probably stipends, but most of them accommodation I pay, most of them. And I have friends in New York, so I just go.
It's more than worth it.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, it's more than worth it. Because at the end of the day, it's you that they are putting on. When you go there and people are reaching out to you, it's you. Recently, I went there and then this big organization, Church of Scientology, University of Science or something, they wanted to interview me. They did the documentary, everything, about 2 hours. We filmed everything. I came back and I told the lady that got me to that event that, hey, this organization interviewed me. And she said I should call them and cancel that interview now because apparently they were these evil university. They were like, they didn't have a good reputation. So I had to cancel that whole interview. So I didn't reach out to them again. Yeah. So at the end
Wow.
of the day, you are the one getting opportunities. You are the one putting yourself out there.
Wow. Yeah, there's something I actually forgot about your book.
Mm-hmm.
Your book, how did you translate it into French and in
French.
Spanish?
Yeah. So I have friends. I normally take advantage of my friends a lot. So I have friends in every field. Like I have a very close friend of mine, Fabiola. She's from Haiti. So she speaks French so well. So anytime I even go for events and some of the people don't speak French, she's the one speaking French. She speaks French and she speaks Spanish. So she just translates everything for me. She's my friend, so she doesn't charge me. So she
Wow.
just translates it
That's
and
amazing.
the cover, I'll just use Google Translate to translate the covers, title and everything. But she'll translate everything and I will get it done in French. I'll just publish it again. So I just take advantage of my friends who speak French and English
Wow.
and then Spanish. Yep.
Oh, this interview is very long, but let me ask about study abroad tips. That is the last thing I wanna. So there are two questions I want to ask here. So one of them is, this is about funding. I have heard you talk about, I think you were talking with your friend about how you guys, the struggles of paying school fees and stuff like that. So if let's say my parents are not rich enough to be able to afford a US education for me, and so if I go for the visa interview and then the visa officer refuses my visa, will you call it a blessing or a curse that my visa has been denied, like was denied because I didn't have any funding?
Yes, I would say it's a blessing. My second visa refusal was a blessing because I
Mm.
would have been cooked. Imagine coming to New York. New York is the most expensive state you ever
Yeah,
been. Like things are so
yeah,
expensive there. And
yes.
imagine going there $56,000 out of pocket, no job.
You die.
So people don't know that sometimes when they give you the visa, sometimes you come here and then you regret coming here because
Yeah,
you are not getting a job in 3 months.
yeah,
You don't have any money. I know people who, one guy from Nigeria in my school, he has even transferred. This guy was struggling to the point that like money to buy water, he had like
yeah,
zero. And it's
yeah.
possible. People don't know this.
Yeah, I
Maybe
love
he will have it.
listen.
He had his friends sending money from Nigeria, and the money they will send is not even enough. So
Yeah,
he was struggling, and I'm like, people are back home thinking you are successful. So if they refuse you and you don't really have, to be honest, if you don't have a solid plan to pay your fees, you'll be cooked. Don't think a miracle will happen. If the
yeah,
miracle will happen, the stress you go through alone for that miracle to happen. Like,
yeah,
don't think a miracle will happen. If you come here and you don't have a solid plan, either through loans, you don't have any relatives, think twice. Think twice about it. Because these
yeah,
people, when you are living on campus and you don't pay your fees, they'll ask you to leave. And why are you going to stay? Here,
yeah.
they pay the rent every month, $800, $600. And it's not easy to come by $600. You have to
Charlie.
work 2 weeks, 2 weeks to make $600.
Yeah,
And you can also work too. So imagine.
it's not easy.
Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah,
what is
so.
your ultimate guide
Mhm.
to anyone who wants to study abroad?
Perfect. So I normally tell people that your motivation is everything. People actually want to come here because they think here is nice, they will see the snow and everything. So they actually just come here because of the snow they will see and the dressing and stuff. But when you come here and you realize that there's more to it, you'll be like you've made a mistake. So always have a motivation. My motivation was because no university in Ghana wanted me. Secondly, the course I wanted to do, no university in Ghana was going to accept me. So in that case, I had to just come here. The kind of vision that I had in mind, none of them will be successful in Ghana, like none of them. So I just had to come. So if I was being refused first, second, third, it's the motivation that kept me going. The
Mm,
fact that I can't live this kind of lifestyle in Ghana,
yeah,
I have to keep pushing on. So let your motivation be everything. If you have a strong why, when you are refused, you have something to fall on. But if your reason is not strong and they refuse you, you start shaking, you start panicking and all that. So let your reason be so strong that nothing, no refusal, no uh, delay, nothing can slow you
yeah,
down. But so get the motivation and then find a way to pay. Don't think about the school so much. When you have a way to pay your fees, you can do anything you want. You can change schools, you can do everything. You can do anything. You can just switch to a community college, anything. Yeah.
so what is the process of
Mhm.
getting funding to come to the US?
Funding. Yeah, so the funding is in so many aspects. And I tell people not to rely so much on the school because school full funding is no longer a thing. It was back in 2019, 2018, where schools will give you full funding. Schools will give you bonus scholarship because of a community service. But right now, scholarship is very tough to get because a lot of people are applying. So either you have a loan as a master's graduate student, you have the Empower loans, or you have someone in the US who is willing to get you a private loan. they'll co-sign a private loan for you, or they'll get you a loan to pay. If not that, make sure that you have a strong financial background, because it's you will not get it easy. If
Yeah.
your funding is not good, you will not get it easy. I have this friend in my school. She has her funding from a company in Ghana, so they pay for everything, every fees,
Wow.
everything. So she's fine.
Yeah.
She's just relaxed.
The
Mm.
the thing with the loan is if you go for the interview with a loan, it's difficult to be
Yeah,
approved.
yeah. People don't know
Yeah.
this, but the loan, I think, is the way they frame how they are going to pay it. So when they
Yeah.
ask them how they are paying, they'll be like, "Oh, when I graduate, I'll pay." No, no, no. Most of them, you have to tell them that your father is the one going to pay back the loan, because he got the loan, not you. So that way they know that your dad is the one funding in a way, because he got the loan. So don't say that you are going to pay the loan. They know you work and pay. Like, they know it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not easy, Charlie. But this has been very insightful. I have
Yep.
learned so much from
2 minutes,
this
13
this
minutes.
yeah, this is the second longest actually.
Mm.
That I have done. Most of the time I like to
Mm-hmm.
go around 1 hour.
1 hour,
And there are
yeah.
people there are people who complain that it's too long. They want
It's too
something
long, yeah.
short.
Yeah,
But
because of the internet,
yeah, but
their data.
with yeah. The thing is with a podcast it has to be long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
It has
I
to be
have
very
learned a
long.
lot. Yeah, I have learned a lot about you. I
Mm-hmm.
could actually read certain things from the things you post and all of that.
Yes.
And I have learned, and the fact that I'm here also means
Mm-hmm.
I understand a lot
Yeah,
of
you
things.
understand the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, like people see you, and yeah, being abroad, there are a lot of good things, but then there are challenges too. But people don't see the challenges, and so when
Sometimes
you
I wish
post,
sometimes I even wish I live in Ghana in a way, because sometimes it's
Charlie,
too much.
they
Because
don't
imagine
understand. Oh,
You are in Ghana, you don't have any debt. You come to America, you have $50,000 in debt
huh.
automatically just by being here.
They
You will never get free. You will never get money that you don't know what to do with. All your
they
money
don't.
has something to do.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yo, just
they
people
don't
are
understand
relying,
it like
depending
that.
on
So
you. Oh no, no.
they don't understand it
Because you
like
know
that.
that the way the system works, it can work for you and it can work against you. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, as an international student, the system works against you.
yeah.
You are expected to bring in the money when where we are coming from, we are
We
expected to
need the
take money
money
from
here.
here.
Yeah, we need help. Yeah.
Hmm.
So people
It's not
don't
easy.
see. So if somebody is hating on you, like I just don't
Yes.
understand. Like
Yeah, they don't
I
understand.
it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't
Like
make sense. They don't know
it's
how
not
I've
easy.
suffered
Oh.
in Ghana. They don't know how much. That's why sometimes I post my throwbacks. I've done almost every job in Ghana. I've suffered. It's like I never nothing good ever happened to me when I was in Ghana. I never
Yeah.
tasted goodness in life. Struggled right for me finds you. Like we didn't
But
have pocket
but
money,
are you
nothing.
also not appreciating yourself enough before because at least you
Mm.
wrote a lot of books too while you were in Ghana,
But
right? That
still, I still don't see it to be an achievement. You know, when you suffer too much and
yeah.
something good happens to
Nothing
you,
really
you feel
feels
like
good.
you don't
Yeah.
even deserve it. Yeah, like so that's how I feel. I feel like I've not done anything. I feel like
Yeah.
I've not achieved much. I've not done
Yeah.
anything because, like,
Yeah. So for me, I don't think anybody deserves anything and everybody deserves
mhm.
everything because
Yes,
if my father was Bill Gates, I will
yes,
not struggle with anything. Everything that I
anything.
have,
Yes,
I will get.
yes,
And the rich
mm-hmm.
get richer because the if your dad is rich, the dad is
Mm-hmm.
going to pass on something to
Pass
you.
it down. Yes,
And
mm-hmm.
that alone means that genetic wise, right? You are better
Yes,
positioned than
better,
somebody else.
yes,
And also the resources
100%.
are going to be there.
Just
So
imagine
you
someone
go to the
like
best
Donald
school.
Trump.
Yeah,
Yes,
Donald
imagine
Trump's
Donald
child.
Trump's
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
They are set for life. They don't even.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, rich people don't even need to train their children. They
Yeah.
need to just be themselves. Their children will
Yeah.
learn. They'll pick up.
Yeah.
But then our people, they are expecting you to pass the world up to them instead of
Yeah.
they passing it down.
Yeah.
So life is leading us so much.
Yeah, it's not easy to catch up, because
Hmm.
these people they even have connections.
Yes.
They grow
So
up with fellow rich
yeah.
kids.
I mean,
So
imagine growing up, sitting in helicopters, and the first time we sat in a
exactly,
plane was when we were leaving Ghana. Like
yeah,
obviously.
we used to see the helicopters in the
I
air.
remember I'll be staying outside in the night watching planes fly, and I'm like, wow, one day,
Charlie.
one day I'll be in there.
So that's the thing. It's not easy. It's not easy to defy the odds. But you've done really well. Like I mean,
Yeah,
your story is incredible, and I think you should give yourself a lot of credit.
I
You
try sometimes.
yeah, you've been very resilient. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things are going in your way. Actually, I think
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't look at the negative too much
And the
because
negative thing, yeah.
yeah, because going the UN thing, the fact that you are
Yeah.
abroad alone, like,
Mm-hmm.
opportunities are there regardless of the
Yes.
struggles. This
It's like it's worth
we
it.
all need the struggles, right? We need the
Yes.
struggles to get to where we want to get to. So
Mm,
yeah, I think you deserve a lot of praise. You've done really well,
I hope
and
so.
yeah.
More is
So
coming. More to come.
yeah, of course, yeah. So what are your
Yes.
final words? Is there anything that I haven't asked you? Do you think there is something I should ask you? Something?
Not much. I think about the hate thing to the not replying
Yeah.
to DM. I don't know if I've mentioned how someone reported me to the U.S. immigration to deport
Yeah, I
me.
think I heard that. I didn't know
Yeah.
whether to
So
ask you about that. Yeah.
yeah, I think the guy. I don't know if I'll still find his TikTok. So he messaged me on TikTok one time with an anonymous account, and he was like, I should tell him how I pay my fees. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know your page,
Yeah.
nothing, empty. And I'm like, what is your point? And then I didn't mind him. I went to make TikTok videos and he was commenting on them. Some Charles, tell us how you pay your fees. And I'm like, who is this guy? And then he
Wow.
DM'd me again. I'm like, bro, get out. Like, that was the response, bro, get out. And he was like, okay, we shall see. And he was like, he found out how I make my money through books, YouTube, and he listed them YouTube, books, TikTok, and stuff. And I'm like, bro, go and see somewhere. So 2 days later, I get a text message from my international admissions officer. Hey, Charles, we need to have an emergency meeting about your illegal employment. And I'm like, hey,
Wow.
which illegal employment? Has someone reported me? Hey. So I panicked and I called her and they said she has received an email from someone that I'm working illegally. I'm making money off TikTok. And I've never made 10% from it. People think TikTok pays me. TikTok doesn't pay you because
No,
they will exchange
TikTok.
your views. They
People
will
don't
exchange your
understand.
views. Yeah, they will exchange.
People,
So I never signed up for that thing. I did it once. They never paid me up to $2. It's like $1.40.
yeah,
And
people
they
TikTok, they don't.
sync my views. So I
Yeah,
canceled it. TikTok doesn't pay me.
they
YouTube, my
don't pay.
payment is stuck or something. I don't know. So TikTok doesn't pay me. YouTube doesn't pay me nothing. My books, I don't even know how much I make. So people were like, oh, this boy social media pays him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how? The guy said if the school doesn't cancel my I-20, he will report me to the immigration. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I just saw it to be one of my challenges because I go through challenges all the time. If you're in a season where something good is about to happen to you, you go through something very tough. So I saw it to be that challenge.
Hey.
And my school was panicking because it was going to be a disgrace to them. So the woman said she's canceling my I-20. She has no option. I'm like, no, wait.
What?
She said no, she doesn't want trouble because it's like the guy has evidence. And she said I should quickly go on my YouTube and demonetize it, remove the ads and everything. And I did it. I paused my YouTube channel or so, something like that. And then I remember that this guy, when he said YouTube, TikTok, Amazon, I'm like, someone DM'd me on Sunday. And I quickly went to his DM. I'm like, yo, what was the point of what you just did? And he said, I think I'm smart and we'll see what you do to me. My school is trying to protect me with FERPA. You know the FERPA rules, right? They can't do so. He said my school is trying to protect me based on that rules, but he will press this case until it's finished. I have the text message and everything. I made a video about it, but I didn't upload it because I didn't want to talk about it. So he said he will follow this case through till they remove me from the US. And I'm like, what does he want from me? And then I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, what does he want from me? He said, no, it's too late. So when he messaged me, he liked me so much. But when he messaged me and I told him to get out, it really hurt him so much. Blah,
Just
blah,
like
blah.
that.
Does he have a Facebook? He said I should give him my WhatsApp. I'm like, I won't give it to you. And I asked him, do you have Instagram? He said, no. Do you have Facebook? He said, yes. And I'm like, okay, give me a call. Give me your Facebook. I'll call you. And then he's from Nigeria. So I sent my school an email that he's a Nigerian scammer. That I've spoken to him and he's a Nigerian scammer. And the school realized, Nigerians, they don't have good name here. So the school also reported to the immigration, and the immigration called me that they've received an inquiry that I'm working illegally. And if they find out, I would have to, unfortunately, they will have to terminate my service, eventually having to leave the US, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, sure. And they asked me if I have a social security number. I said yes. And they said, okay, Charles, could you say this visibly, verbally that you've never worked off unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, no, I've never worked unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. I think that was the mistake he made. He told the immigration that I'm working illegally. So I said, I'm not working. And then I gave my social security to them. They said they'll call me back. And then they did whatever they did. They came back. They said they ran my social security and it's not coming back to anything. So I'm good to go. And then I got leverage because if these people had cleared me, so I'm going to him. And then I sent him I called him on Facebook and I said he should like I'm calling him audio. He should show his face on the video call. I'll call him video call. He said no, he's shy, he feels bad, he's scared. And I'm like, no, don't feel bad. And then he covered the camera. I told him that I'm going to put the camera on the table and I'll go back. So he should just show his face. He shouldn't be shy. And I started screen recording it before I even moved back. And I moved back and he showed his face. And I got him on video call. So when I got him on video call, the screen record, I sent it to him that right now, look at your face. So right now, who is more powerful here? And he said he's sorry, he was just, and I sent the video to. And before that, he had already emailed my department. He went on my website, the school's website, emailed the
Hey.
professors in my, because my course, my school was in my bio, everything about me. So the schools were getting email. My professors were reaching out to me. They were sending emails to professors to ignore any email. He was captioning it. Some child's illegal. Then you are assisting. It was a serious case.
But
So my
why?
school was like, what
Hey.
was wrong with him? Threatening me. And the school sent him a message that if he doesn't stop blackmailing me, because they thought it was a blackmail, if he doesn't stop blackmailing me, they will come and extradite him from Nigeria. And then they scared him because I already have him on video, and the school has also sent him that thing. And then they sent him that one, and he started begging. And I told him that I'm going to make a YouTube video about him, and I'm going to post his video. And he was begging me. Like, it didn't seem like he's someone who would ever beg, because the way he spoke with some, it's like he knew
Yeah.
what he was doing. And I'm like, look at you. Like, what did I do? He said I didn't reply to his message, and
Hey.
it hurt him so much. The messages have screenshot everything. And I told him I was going to post the video, blah, blah, blah. He said I could please blur his face. He begs me. It's because he's been applying to schools and he doesn't get any help. So blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
But like, why is he feeling entitled to
yeah,
you? Like
that was
your
his,
replies?
I don't even know what his problem. So I didn't end up uploading the video. I left him, and he later came to DM me that he needed money for school fees. And I sent him money. He's in Nigeria. I sent him like 300 cedis. He said he wanted to go back to school in Nigeria. So can I help him? And I gave him 300 cedis. But I've not heard from him again, nothing. And that was the main reason I even left the school, because every Ghanaian in my school, and over 2,000, more than, a lot of people are applying to my school because they heard I was on full scholarship. And my school thought I was even taking money from people to apply to there for them. So they were also questioning a lot. That was the main
Wow,
reason why I left.
if you've gone through a lot,
Yeah,
man.
I've been through so many things. When it comes to friendship, I've been through friendship, betrayal. Like, I've been to help people come here and they don't even talk to me. They block me, like so many things. I've helped people like genuinely come here. I ask them what's up, what is happening. They block me. Like they just feel like, no, we don't need you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. I on the other hand, I block
Mm,
people because when I there are so many people here in the US that I helped that when they
mm,
came,
they
they
don't
showed me
even
Pepe.
remember you. Yeah,
And
me.
if you show me Pepe, I block you. I don't want to have anything to do with you again. So
It hurts me so much because
yeah,
it's like, wow, and I sometimes go through their messages of when they needed me. I
yeah,
brought someone here, paid his service fee for him, everything.
yeah,
He only paid for his flights, paid
yeah,
everything. He didn't pay application fee. I did everything. He
yeah,
came here after 4 months. He got his job working. He started making his money, and then he stopped talking to me.
yeah,
And I asked him that, what is happening? Like right now, he don't reach out to me. He didn't mind me. And I'm like, "Ew." So me,
yeah.
pan,
I,
I just
I, I
blocked
have
him.
also sacrificed for so many people like that, and
Mm,
my crowd like since
mm,
2016, because I was a
yeah.
TA at the time, and so when I came to the US, my time I was the
Mm,
only one in the department who came, and so
department, yeah.
all those guys behind they were they were looking up to me, and
Yes.
the number of people that I helped there, man,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Happily,
But then they'll pay you.
anybody who reached out to me at the time. So when I was coming, my senior man paid my application fee for me. So I applied to three
Oh,
schools. He paid one for me, and because he paid one, I made it
you also
a point
decided to
that anybody that I help, I'm going to pay the
mm-hmm.
person one
Pay for
application
them.
fee for the
Yes.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person, I went through their SOP, their resume,
Yes.
everything, making sure this is I did them for free. So
For free.
yeah,
Me, I stopped.
human beings, yeah. So right now, me too, I've stopped, man. It's
Mm,
they are not worth it. They are not worth it.
people, Ghanaians are very ungrateful. A lot of them. They don't reach out to you unless they are in trouble. So even with the UN, a lot of people reach out. I don't mind them again
Yeah.
because it's like they just reach out to you when they need your help.
When they need
Only
your
when they
help,
need
yeah.
them. Yes.
I've been through hell, man. I've been through help
Mm,
and I needed help. And the people that I help,
yes.
I have paid
Mm,
flights for free and all of that.
wow.
The things that I have done for people, man, it's crazy. But at the end of
I've
the
helped a
day,
lot of people, like a
yeah,
lot. When they come here, they don't talk to you.
yeah,
Even with the UN, like the number of people I've sacrificed
yeah,
for, and then they just pay you with evil.
yeah,
They destroy that. You connect them to someone to help them, and then you end up losing the two of
yeah.
them. I've experienced that.
It's
So I ended up
crazy,
losing
man.
so many people.
Sometimes
So I just decided to keep
yeah,
to
sometimes
myself.
you can't understand these things. But me, what I would say
Mm,
is me, my life, I don't worry about these things because like yeah,
mm,
I just do what I have to do, move on with my life.
yes,
Whatever mistakes I make, I learn from
you
them, and
just
then
learn
I
from
just
it. Yeah,
yeah, I don't have to let somebody make me feel like, oh, I'm not
mm,
worth it, or
yeah.
I'm a curse, or no,
I, I reach
you
so
can't,
much meaning. I reach so much meaning into when people leave my life or when people
yeah,
cut me off because I feel maybe when you are getting close to a new level or a new season,
yeah,
people leave your life. You just
yeah,
shed leaves.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
happening. So
it
that's
is
how I see
true.
it.
It is true. Yeah,
Mm,
I got rid of a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
It's not difficult for me to go into what TikTok and then follow
Mm-hmm.
people if I feel like they are not real.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
because I don't know the day if friendship is not working, then what's the point? I
Working.
don't like
Yeah. What is the
a lot of
point?
people. They are pretending, they are misbehaving.
Oh, there are a
I'm
lot of
like,
pretends
why
on the
you
internet too.
fooling like that?
Yes,
Why
a
are you
lot of people are
misbehaving? Why are you
pretending.
pretending? A lot of people are fake. I don't understand why.
A lot.
A lot of
You
people are
can
fake.
see it. Like you can just see it. People are being fake. They
Yeah,
just act nice to you because of what they know
yeah,
or what they want. Once they get
yeah,
it, once they get it, oh, I heard you can help me. You are very
yeah,
good. And blah blah blah. So it's either I charge you the next time or
yeah,
I don't help you because if
yeah,
I help you, you will not come back and thank me.
yeah,
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 people I help. The UN one hurts me the most because
yeah,
the UN it was like very very personal. It's like it takes a lot of
yeah,
love for you to put someone on that level, like to
yeah,
connect someone to two people. This
yeah,
lady that I'm talking about, she came to the UN. She didn't even know anything about the UN. I used to drive her to the UN. She lives in New Jersey. So I'll go and I'll rent a car from where I was, pick her up, take her to the UN, connect her to all the top female friends that I knew. I'll intentionally be like, oh, can you meet me? Are you also at the UN? Please, I want to introduce you to this lady. Meet, they'll become friends. And I ended up losing those two friends. Like
yeah.
something happened. I don't know what to date. The person doesn't talk to me again. They both don't talk to me.
Me,
I'm like,
I
wow.
would not even care because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
so the good thing about our lives, right, in a way, is
Mm-hmm.
that we have built ourselves not to depend on
Yes.
anybody. So it's
Yes.
like that's why. So me, I cut people off because I don't care. It's like okay,
You don't need them. Yeah.
yeah, I'm okay living my life, and
Mm-hmm.
the few people around me, I'm okay with them. I don't need more
Mm-hmm.
people. I
Yeah.
just few people around me, and I'm
Yeah.
okay.
I
You
don't
know?
really care about losing people because myself, I get anxious in public. I get
Yeah,
nervous in public. So I don't need a lot of
a lot
people
of
to know
people.
me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a yeah.
A
So
lot of people come into your life for whatever they want. Once they get it, they are done. They've
yeah,
used me. People have used me so much.
me
Like
too.
I've sacrificed. I remember this
Yeah.
particular guy. He came here. I had this $300 for my teeth surgery. At that time, I was going to fix my teeth, and
Mm,
my teeth was hurting so much. But he had come to the US fresh. I felt so bad that if I go and spend the money on my teeth and he needs money,
yeah.
I'll be in trouble. This person got his money, started working things. He didn't talk to me again.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay,
it's
no problem.
crazy.
I learned my lesson.
It's crazy, but it's all good. Me, I'm
Mm.
like, yeah, why it's human being. The thing is that I didn't understand how people behaved in the
Yeah,
past
you don't understand. You don't
until
understand, like,
yeah,
what?
I I was suffering a lot. The old
Mm-hmm,
me suffered so much, and I couldn't understand why.
mm-hmm.
Then I came across Robert Greene's book,
Yes,
The Loss of Human Nature, and
yes. The loss of human nature. Yeah.
that made me see people like
Which one was your favorite? Which law was your favorite one?
the loss. I don't know if I kept anything. So there are different things he talks about. Confirmation
Mm.
biases. He talks
Yes.
about all
Mm-hmm,
those different things. I just
mm-hmm.
don't remember any law in my mind, but then I know some of the things that he mentioned, like like
Yes.
in those things. Yeah. So
Uh,
that book that I read, and also
it
this
really changed you.
his book on mastery. Mastery also has some of the
Mm-hmm.
kind of things about human beings trying to read their body
Wow.
language and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So those things made me see how
The
people
real
are. Like
people. Yes.
man, it's just
Mm.
yeah, it
They
just the
only
way
use you if they need something. And I
yeah,
find it very disrespectful. Over
yeah,
6 months, you've not reached out to me. The first thing you reach out to me is like, hey, how are you doing? It's been a while.
yeah,
Please, can you help? And I'm like, what the heck?
yeah,
Like, so I
yeah,
just told him that, oh, unfortunately, I can't help for now. So don't worry.
yeah. And I mean we don't go through life trying to see
Mm,
people as evil. There are good people
evil, yeah.
around. So but then
But then just know that if someone doesn't respect you or don't, I learned to reciprocate energy.
yeah,
If you don't really care about me, I will not care about you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
If
people
I
are
care
good,
so
but then
much
there
and
are
you don't
people too who
reciprocate it,
are just yeah. We just have to
mm,
know that this is the human animal. This is who we are.
animal, yes,
People are wearing
yes,
masks all the time, and so
all the
you
time.
want to see beyond the mask that they are wearing.
Beyond the
Once
mask,
you can
yes.
do that, then you can actually because somebody will
Mm-hmm.
be hurting you and be like, "Oh, you are too emotional. You are too
Yes,
sensitive."
yes, you are
Meanwhile,
too
they know what they
sensitive.
are
Yes.
doing. But then
Yeah,
when
they
you
know
build
it.
these skills, yes, when you
Mhm.
build these skills, you know how to,
They know clearly.
everybody
When
will be
people tell me
nice
that
and
I overthink, it hurts me. I'm like, what? If I overthink and you're my friend, why would you let me overthink? It's
exactly.
like, why would you let me
Tell
overthink
me
and
what I
still
need
say I'm
to know
overthinking?
instead of
If you
making
really
me
care about
overthink.
me, you will
Yeah.
not let me overthink.
Yeah.
You correct me if I'm wrong instead of
Yeah.
you cutting me off.
Exactly. Yeah. But
So,
yeah, Sam Charles, this has been very insightful. I've learned so much from
yep.
you.
Hmm.
Do you wanna where can people follow you? I mean, everybody knows you, so
Oh,
it's like
I'm active on Instagram a lot. Very active on Instagram
okay.
compared to TikTok. TikTok, if you go message me on TikTok, I think they are just coming to mess with me. But Instagram means they are probably serious
Yeah.
or something. So just go to my Instagram. It's a verified account. It's on
Mm-hmm.
my bio on TikTok. So Instagram, I'm very active on Instagram. So just Instagram or TikTok, any of them.
Okay.
But don't
I'll
just
leave the
say hi
links.
or hello. Yeah, don't just say
Yeah,
hi
go
or
straight to the
hello.
point. Yeah.
Nah, just go straight to the point and say
Yeah.
whatever I want to say. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, thanks.
basically.
Thanks. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We'll talk again. I'll leave
You
the
get,
links in the description as
yeah,
well.
no problem.
Yeah.